with some of the stuff I've been saying.
Oh, yeah? Like what kind of stuff hurt people's feelings?
I don't want to say because I might hurt their feelings again.
Oh, thanks.
He said that I wasn't as handsome as I actually am.
Oh, well, that's just not the
I
truth.
said he was 9.7, and he said it's technically a 9.8, according to his wife. You know what's funny, Tyler?
What's
About
funny,
you?
Mike Carano?
Being handsome. And I know, I hope you know this. I hope you know I would never hit on your wife. But I was going for a walk today.
My wife?
Who's
My wife.
Wow, I love the texture of this and the taste.
Good.
Holy shit.
Of my wife?
Oh, dear.
Hope you don't find this offensive, but I love the texture of your wife.
No, not offensive at all.
It's like pudding.
Pudding?
Ooh,
I don't know.
that is officially
I don't think
the
she'd
grossest
really like to be
Soft.
described as pudding.
Her thighs are soft like pudding.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
You're
to say.
terrible at complimenting women. If you ever told a woman that her thighs were soft like pudding,
They would like it.
they would jump right into bed with you.
Jump. It would slide. Because they're soft.
I bet your socks would roll up and down.
I gotta take this hat off.
You're having a good hair day, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm, for real.
Not possible.
No.
Anderson just gave me a look like, really?
My hair's
Really?
such a
I'm
mess.
gone for about 45 seconds and the porno song is playing?
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting. Is this like this is like black licorice flavored M&Ms?
Mm-hmm.
These are delicious.
Thank you.
American.
Yeah. I'm a
It is Black History Month, or as the African American lesbians like to call it, Black Herstory Month.
It's her story.
Gonna wait for me to be out of the room for that one.
All right, you guys.
Earlier. Tyler, turn me up. Hey, everybody! Welcome to Loveline After Disaster. What did I miss?
I played the porno song.
Yeah, I know. I walk by. The first thing I hear is I can hear you guys talking, like in the distance, and then I just hear the porno music. I'm like, really, Tyler? What do you got? Like 4 drops? You know? Come on, buddy. We're all so goddamn sick of that song.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's a song.
You know who isn't sick of that song? The guy that's been working out for 8 months and has lost 100 pounds
Thanks,
listening to
buddy,
the
for
After
noticing.
Disaster.
What?
Yeah.
A listener?
What? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Remember we wanted before and
Does he have-
after
does-
disaster pics?
Are you kidding me? Someone
I
did
don't
that?
remember.
He's lost 100 pounds
Is
listening
that the
to our
jogger?
show. No, not the jogger.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know about the joggers if they've lost anything.
Oh.
All right, I'm very excited.
But
tonight.
keep jogging.
How
joggers.
come? Why are you very excited?
It's rare that I'm excited when I'm in here, as you all know. But big show tonight. Got a lot to discuss.
Yeah?
Number one, big announcement.
What?
Big announcement. And we promised on Sunday night show that we're going to be talking about some changes going on around here with the After Disaster, and we're going to announce it tonight. However,
I think it's pretty obvious what the changes
in
are.
true After Disaster form,
Diana's taking my place.
in true After Disaster form, none of us had a chance to discuss it, so we make sure we're all on the same goddamn
and,
page.
And not only that, Anderson left Rune hanging a bit on the video. He said no, then Rune started taking down the lights, and then he said yes. And Rune
Ruined it.
stuck around.
Yes. Thanks, Rune, for sticking around. But in true After Disaster fashion, we did not discuss what we need to discuss on the show. So I promised everybody on Sunday, as well as Mike Catherwood's going to come on the show on Sunday, and we're going to talk a little bit. Believe it or not, well, some of you may not know, but Mike's quite the cinephile. We're going to talk a little bit about David Lynch movie.
He knows a lot about everything.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
when
if
he
you go to
doesn't,
heaven, he's got quite the sinner file.
I will punch you. When he doesn't, he pretends that he does. He fakes it.
I'm a centrifuge.
He's good at faking it.
I mix things up.
He also is really good at reenacting scenes from movies. He's got like a photographic memory when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Actually, he looks
He
it
has
up
the internet.
on the
What he
internet.
has. Yeah.
Sorry to show you a
No.
peek.
Sorry to
behind
burst your bubble,
the
Mike.
veil.
No.
Yeah.
About 6 months ago, I settled into the fact that I'm the dumbest person on the show. And I'm fine with that.
On the show,
Mike, we settled on that about a year and a half ago.
what do you think we had you on?
Around 81.
Tyler, I'm like, hey, Tyler, I got this.
Anderson, I want you to try one of these.
Rube. Yeah, he'll believe that we have more than 3
I'm not
callers.
eating things. No. All right, I got to, for anyone who's listening, and that's, who is listening live, or actually, it doesn't matter when you're listening. Here's what I'm going to ask
Does
a
to me.
favor of the listeners. And that would have been one. You would have marked a little one in the I would like for you, somebody, actually, we can have a few different people doing it. We'll start it officially in a minute, to keep score, to keep tally of who interrupts the most. Not who interrupts who, but just who interrupts the most. And it should be like a golf score. So the one with the lowest wins.
Really?
Because I know I interrupt every now and again, but it's kind of apparent to me that it's more of a Tyler Mike thing. And
Don't post date it either. It starts now.
that wasn't an interruption. See, that was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't post it.
Yeah, they can't start from the beginning now. You got to start where you set the rules.
Yeah, so we're gonna start. Actually, we haven't marked it yet, but we're gonna start it soon here because somebody brought it to my attention that people who do radio and who are good broadcasters, not that we're faking it and pretending to be, but somebody brought it to my attention. Is people who do this kind of thing a long time, they learn each other's tendencies and they don't interrupt, and that's one of the ways you can tell that they're actually not necessarily even professionals, but they're good with each other.
Right.
We are not good with each other. We're good in a lot of things.
We're a lot better now than we used to be.
He's trying so hard already. We haven't even started. You should get all your interruption out of the way.
It's not hard to do if you just keep an eye on the other person's lips.
And on February 2nd, a new era of broadcasting was ushered in on the After Disaster. Nay, again, did they interrupt each other.
1 week later, it ended.
So you guys ready to start it?
Yeah.
It will begin at the sound of the seventh cannon. All right, it'll start now. Fuck you,
I was going to
Tyler.
say, does it count if we interrupt the cannons? And by the way, I like the way you paced them, too. You didn't just go bam, 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 bam. The pacing was chilling.
Starting now. Who's going to win?
The heat is on. The heat is on.
I feel like a prisoner. If I talk over laughing, does that count as interrupting?
Prisoner of love.
That was one for Mike, I believe.
Talking over laughing doesn't count.
I would have to agree with that.
I disagree.
Got a new name for you, Tyler.
What is it, Anderson?
Actually, you know, here's
Steve.
this time. A lot of the time I'll come in here and like nothing's really happened since the last time I saw you guys. And I know some stuff's happened with you. You live in a new, beautiful neighborhood and you walk around. Apparently, I heard a little bit about that in there, Mike.
Every night.
So we're going to hear about that, I'm sure. I have an update about Reggie. I've gone to the lengths, great lengths, of turning the mic, the monitors out there off so he will not hear me. And I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm just trying to give the listeners an idea of what I deal with.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
It could be hard to make it sound like I'm not making fun of him, but it's a real life thing that occurred with Reggie a few nights ago.
I had a run-in with Mr. Watts as well.
Is that what we call him now? New name for Tyler. A horrible reason why I relapsed on cigarettes this week again. Semen cookies. I don't think we should talk about that though because that's been talked about enough, right?
Oh, I thought that was my new name.
No.
I got married to a ribbon maker. Can you tell?
Oh, we are streaming, so that kind of works. Mike has a ribbon on his ring, on his ring finger. What?
Can I tell a 10-second story, 5-second story since we're streaming?
Sure.
I went to a movie tonight. A lot of elderly people in the theater. In fact, that's all there was. 2 elderly couples behind me talking before the movie started. And then an old guy in front of them who you could just tell by his body language he was a jerk. Like 5 rows in front of me. So the no talking during the movie thing comes on and he does this.
Mike's pointing and he's... Who did he point at?
He pointed at the no talking sign and then did his
the
thumb to the people behind him.
To get out?
No, like that they're talking about you. And we weren't even into previews yet.
So
It was
he pointed
fantastic.
to the screen and said no talking, then he pointed at the people that were talking behind
No,
him.
He didn't look. He did it like this.
Okay, Mike, you're right.
On
You're-
video.
Right, we're right. For a few people.
I can go back and watch it.
That's the rule is that you can talk as much as you like during the fucking commercials, right?
I don't know if there's a general rule.
You pay $10.50 to watch a movie. You shouldn't have to respect the goddamn commercials.
I actually just go in and talk a lot during the previews, then I leave. I don't even watch the movie.
That's hilarious. I actually sometimes I'll be on my phone, especially for bad trailers. Like that's my little way of saying I have no interest in seeing this movie ever, nor even the trailer. So I'm just going to play a game. And I had some fuck in a theater not too long ago saying, "Get off the phone, man."
He's right. You should be off the phone the entire time.
I wasn't talking.
I know,
I
but
was playing a game, and
it's
fuck
rude.
that. It was a horrible trailer.
It leads people to believe you're going to do it the entire time.
It was a Barbara Hershey movie.
I don't know who that is.
All right,
She's a good actress.
Would it have been far more effective if the guy had turned around and
Far
stared
more
at them
effective?
while pointing at the screen?
that'd be one. He just would have. What's that?
Wouldn't it be far more effective if the guy was like,
He was just a jerk. He wasn't trying to be that effective because it was so nonchalant. It was this and this fast.
it was like how Fonzie would do it?
See, this is
Yeah,
why I don't.
yes,
This is why I don't
yes.
want to stream more than once a month. I think.
People can go to YouTube/After Disaster Podcast and they'll be
Really?
able to see this if they want. This amazing 2 minutes of cinematic greatness.
By the way, where can you find it? Because I'm on LoveLineShow.com right now, and I'm watching tonight's show. Loveline Show. I'm not seeing us at
you
all.
can go to ustream.com/channel/LoveLineAfterDisaster. If you follow us on Facebook and Twitter, you would have the link.
I don't do that. Hey, I thought we were on LoveLineShow.com though.
We're using the Facebook as our place right now.
I also got to talk about my high school reunion, which is coming up. My 10-year high school reunion is coming up.
10 year?
Yeah, it's for 10 years.
Jesus Christ, Mom. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I got a high school reunion coming up. Let's just leave it
way,
at that. But
way younger than I am.
actually, let's just talk about that real quick.
Let's.
I somehow am on some list on Facebook. Facebook bothers me way too much on my email to the point where I might even want to. I'm thinking about maybe just killing Facebook because here's how I interact with Facebook. I'll say somebody says that they left me a comment or something. I'll click on it and I'll read the comment and I have no idea what they're talking about. They'll be like, "That's true. We need more of that." And I have no idea what it's in reference to because I'm not signed in on Facebook and I just erase my email. But I get all these emails from all these different notifications and people and this and that. And one of them is my old high school, Westlake High School, and apparently they're having a reunion coming up. And there's a lot of action going on with old Facebook through my email the last few days, and people are furious. I'm never going to a reunion ever.
Really? They're so much fun.
I hated those people.
I didn't go to mine. I didn't go to mine either.
Well, you can just prove how much better you are than them.
Are these the guys that told Beauty to go home?
I'm not done.
Oh, what if it happened again 10 years later?
Yeah, those
10
people
years.
were
have
at
to
my
go.
high
I'm still
school.
going with the 10
We have to go and find the guy who told Beauty to go home.
I still see those guys though at the local bar. Like everyone that I know from high school, I still talk to them, or at least I have like their information. The people that I don't want to see those. They're the type of people like if I see them by mistake, like at the Home Depot, I sprint the other way.
That'd be funny if you were literal about that. You turn around.
No, I really do. Like I get like fear in my heart, like a criminal sees a cop. I get scared.
Was in San Diego when my 10-year reunion occurred, and I found myself driving by my high school where the actual party was that night. And I just got this weird sick feeling in my stomach, like, oh my God, it's right there. This is meant to be. I should go. I didn't hate everybody, and I didn't. I just blew right by.
I planned my 10-year, and it was so much fun.
I could see that. But you know what?
Diana was homeschooled though, so
It's true. Yeah. Here I can, Mom. We're gonna.
And she's all depressed.
attendance.
She's all depressed because
What?
her mom and her dad both flake. They can't make it.
man, Mr. and Mrs. Vandy Camp aren't going to be there.
First time I made Diana snort from laughing, I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I really made her laugh hard. And then I realized, nah, that's just her laugh.
Okay, how the snort was acquired, though, is I was once impersonating Chrissy Snow from Three's Company, the greatest show ever.
Yeah.
And I literally...
High five on that.
Thank you.
Woo!
Anyway, I can't physically stop doing it now.
We just high-fived and something flew off of my hand into my drink. Yeah, I'm drinking it anyway, so I don't
Dead
care.
skin.
Gross.
I'd like the listeners to know that Zephyr Lock just lit up
I don't know what that means.
for a second in here on my big fancy board. It was very exciting.
Zephyr.
Hey, is this stuff turning my
Tyler.
teeth all black?
Okay, guys, let's get back to the reunion.
African American, Jesus.
Hey, speaking of Suzanne Summers, can I say something really fast in regards to the
course.
cinema? One of my favorite movies of all time, which I think is one of the most enjoyable movies. I think it's fantastic.
ready for
I think
something
it's a
gay.
work of art is a little movie called American Graffiti,
There you go.
which was probably Suzanne Summers' debut. American Graffiti is a masterpiece. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's really just a really long music video that's
Very
fantastic.
okay. It's very okay.
I think it's great. So,
That does not count as an interruption because I was agreeing with you and talking with what you were talking about.
All
That
right.
was not an interruption, so please erase that strike.
So I'm working this week, and I was streaming some Netflix to the iPad, and it said recommended for you.
Fancy.
American Graffiti Returns or American Graffiti 2 or something like that. I'm like, what the heck? It's the exact original cast, and it picks up a couple of years later. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life, ever.
Yeah, that didn't need to be
It is so
sequelized.
Ron
Ever.
Howard and Cindy Williams are going through like a pre-divorce. They're
Oh,
fighting all
God.
the time. The
Where's
kids
Richard
there.
Dreyfuss?
I didn't see Richard Dreyfuss in it.
I thought it was the original cast. They've talked about that. The original cast has talked about that. I've seen them in interviews and stuff saying that they had no idea what they were making and they thought it was just a little piece of shit movie. Actually, a lot of them thought it was really special, but Richard Dreyfuss was like, are you kidding me? This is like a popcorn movie that no one's going to ever see or care about.
It's one of the most horrible movies I've ever seen. Like acting,
He's talking about the sequel.
story, everything. I didn't even know it existed. That's my story.
Back to the laugh real quick. Jesus
Yep.
Christ. I don't like how my phone lets me know when I get a text and 2
you
minutes
can
later
turn that
it
off.
tells me again. All right.
Right in the kitchen.
You can you said that you impersonated Chrissy Snow once, and
Yeah.
that's where you got the snort. Yeah, my laugh has like changed so many times over the years. Like for a while, I sounded like a fucking sprinkler. It was awful. I would laugh.
Let's hear the sprinkler laugh.
I might spit on you.
Let's
That's how I did it every
That's the machine gun.
Awful machine gun sprinkler.
That's it.
That's how I laugh. It took
my
so
God.
much work to make me not do it.
That sounds painful.
That's awful. Look
you did it already?
I did it.
I had a friend in high school for about 3 years, and he still does it sometimes. His laugh was just this. It could be the funniest thing in the world, and he just go.
Oh,
It was a
dear.
conscious effort to change his laugh to just.
It's been a while, but I used to date a girl who had a friend who was very pretty, and she had read in an article. Well, we noticed that she was laughing like this.
Like Beavis and Butthead?
And I actually asked her
Awesome.
because we were having a few drinks. I'm like, why do you laugh that way? And she goes, oh, I read an article that if you laugh, you get wrinkles, you get laugh lines. So I consciously don't let my face make.
That's so sad that she'd rather
So
override
worth
the
it.
laugh mechanism so she doesn't maybe have wrinkles that are 10% more.
Meanwhile, she's just sucking down the booze. too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
real smart, honey.
Yeah.
Not the brightest.
And
Honey.
something else too, right?
She called her honey.
Okay, so what's Tyler's new nickname other
Well,
than
we're gonna
Ty
get to
Ty, which
Soggy
I love?
cookie, right?
Soggy cookies.
Semen cookies.
Yeah.
What is it?
That's the teacher.
The
but we're not going to
after
talk
with
about.
Anderson Cowan, Mike Carano, and semen cookies.
I don't think we should talk about the teacher that fed the students semen cookies. 'Cause That's gross. And
By the way, we're also live streaming at theafterdisaster.com.
It was more than just cookies, though.
I didn't think we were doing that yet.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, everyone's talked about that though. When I first heard about it, I'm like, oh my god, we have to discuss this on the After Disaster, and I've heard about it everywhere since. So screw
Yeah.
it. But there's a really sick man who lives down the street, or did, and he fed children white pasty.
Now there's a new one that lives
substance.
down the street.
Oh my gosh.
He would blindfold them and tell them that they were doing an experiment and feed them semen. And guess what? They investigated and found out that he was doing this, and he got to keep his job for another 16 years.
To be fair-
1994, they found out.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's what I tell Lauren.
And then when they would get their
You blindfold her. I'm going to put this really soft hot dog in your mouth.
Diana, you didn't hear about it?
Now,
No.
don't bite it.
And then they would get their blindfolds off, and he'd be like, "Good boys and girls, here you go." And he would give them a cookie that was also covered in the semen.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess he took his camera roll down to. I was going to research this, but then I gave up, and I didn't want to know more about
You
it. But
realize what podcast you're doing.
he dropped off. He dropped off the film roll, and somebody saw some questionable images. Those questionable images. Kids, like 9-year-old, 8-year-old kids, blindfolded with cockroaches all over their faces. And they're like, that doesn't seem right.
It was just fear factor at home.
Lord.
It didn't seem right back then. Now it would seem like commonplace, right?
Speaking of eating semen, the fear factor. Apparently, they did an episode where twins, these girls, they guzzled donkey. This is getting really gross. but
No,
they,
good,
Yeah,
no.
donkey
Oh yeah,
DNA.
I got pulled, right?
Oh.
Pulled
They
at the
didn't
last-
air the episode.
Pulled
But
at the
they're
last
not.
minute.
They pulled it. They pulled the
It's-
donkey
it's gonna-
first.
Good
It's gonna be on a
call.
late night infomercial. It's gonna be that like fear factor,
Yeah.
too hot for TV.
Too hot for
With
TV.
the
Did you see the girls interviewed? They are dumb. I shouldn't say dumb as a rock, but they're way too enthusiastic about how they loved it and they would do it again.
Islander music playing while they're just guzzling down donkey?
They
juice.
said that it tasted like hay.
I wonder if
Hey,
Matt
guys.
could cover that.
How gross are we gonna feel when it's revealed in some sort of news story that Bahuka's place serves a bowl full of cold semen?
I thought you were the inside joke guy, but no,
Oh,
it's
dear.
Michael.
Oh dear.
What if we heard that? We'd be like,
We went to Bahuka's to record an episode
How was that
a
an
few
inside
weeks
joke?
ago,
We all heard it.
and we were drinking goat jizz. That's what it was called, right?
I don't know what's it called.
Goat
It was
semen.
the flamingo.
Yeah,
Flaming
it's pretty
goat.
good. Let's go back.
Good night, Krista.
Good night, Krista. See you
Good night,
soon.
Good night,
Krista.
Em. Have a
Love
good
you
weekend, guys.
guys.
Happy Friday, everybody. All right, so my high school goddamn reunion. Westlake High School, class of 92. They're having a reunion sometime soon. I don't know when. But I started reading, because I know some of the people that are popping up in my email, like that are bitching about it on Facebook. And it's like, oh, this girl is a bitch 20 years ago, and she's a bitch now, because look at her complaining. But I have to agree with her. I'm not going to say her name here. But apparently, my little reunion is planned for a Sunday. It's at a park, and you bring your kids, and you pay like $70. How fucking awful is that?
At a park?
Yeah,
Where's
that
the
doesn't sound like
booze?
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, awful, right?
Right.
Thank
I'm sorry.
God I'm not.
sorry since you're
Thank
not drinking.
God
That
I don't
was
care.
rude.
No. I would have to
Rude.
drink if I went to this thing.
You
My
have
bro-
to drink a reunion.
My brother and his wife went to his high school reunion, and I asked him what it was like, and he goes, "It's exactly the same." He goes, "Only everybody's divorced now. Everybody is hooking up with each other." He goes, "There's people making out at the end of the night, and everybody is begging each other to come back to their hotels." And like,
That is
he
gross
goes, "It's an
and creepy.
absolute last ditch grab to have sex with somebody you went to high school with."
That is not what my reunion was like at all.
Well, you planned it, so I'm
And
sure
you're the
it was
only one
cute.
there.
Tyler, that counts as one.
Planned it. You didn't plan that part of it? All right, folks, we've reached 11:59. This is where we all make a last-ditch effort to.
Key party reunion.
Ooh,
a tea
speaking
party
of tea
reunion.
party, what about those T-shirts?
Yeah, we're having them shipped to us, so we could just.
We're having them burned.
Awesome. No, that's not
Yeah.
nice.
We're like, it's like when the other team, the team that doesn't win the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
all their shirts get sent to
Yeah.
Nicaragua and all the kids wear them. That's what we're doing with
Or
that
Africa.
merchandise.
Oh God! Guys, I just erased all my notes, so we're screwed now. We have nothing to talk about. Okay.
Show's over.
Yeah.
Notes are gone. Wrap it up.
I'm not gonna look at my notes anymore.
All right, let me get something out of the way real fast. Finally moved in. I put 95% of my stuff in storage. My place is already full. What bullshit.
Well, Mike, you like stuff. Do you remember that episode that we did, Diana? Do you remember when Mike Catherwood brought in a bunch of stuff for us to send to the troops?
Oh yes, and Kyle ended up with a lot of it.
Kyle ended up with a lot of it. A lot of it's strewn about in our office, which is one of the biggest fire hazards I've ever seen. Our office is pathetic.
Yeah.
Tyler, you still need to take a picture of that and just write on it on the picture and post it. The after disaster hates the troops.
Oh, and I think in the meantime, the guy has sent us something else as well.
Christ.
We got something
Oh,
else
yeah,
from
we got
Afghanistan
stuff
yesterday.
from Andrew.
Oh dear.
Was it Andrew?
No, it's from Brian. So is that someone else?
Troops are sending us stuff. How pathetic is this? They're sending us stuff, and we have not sent anything.
Is it flesh?
No, it's a video.
Oh, that was like, here's some
comedy video.
Here's a scalp.
You want to talk about that, Tyler?
Yeah, I'll go grab it. I'll bring it in there and you can show and tell.
Okay, cool. So, that night that Mike Catherwood brought in all the stuff, and remember you were like my dog Sydney, who I have at home, and every time we bring it home like fast food, she just becomes fixated on the bag. You were fixated on those bags.
There's a lot
'cause
of stuff.
You love stuff.
Yeah.
You love stuff.
Yeah.
You are a slave to stuff.
I love treasure hunting would be the ultimate career for me, but I'm too lazy and I don't know anything about it. But I'm fascinated and riveted by whenever they find a shipwreck or they find something and they actually discover it. I think it's the most amazing thing of all time.
So is that why you like? is that why you like?
I'm creating my own treasure to be found someday.
Is that why you like Storage Wars so much?
Only seen a couple of episodes.
Yep,
Yeah, it's like modern day treasure hunting.
it is pretty cool.
I'm terrified that my stuff's going to be on Storage Wars. I'm terrified.
I think it will be.
I don't
That would
think it
be an
will. I don't think it will
awesome
be because there's
episode.
storage facilities everywhere, and how are they to know which ones have the good stuff? Because no one knows what's in mine except for you, guys.
Everyone that listens to the show has heard plenty of times.
The
Yep.
This
Okay.
is better.
I want to say real quick, even though the move was catastrophically disastrous, including the last day, my axle breaking on my car.
What?
And I got a flatbed ride home from here.
How
all
did
the way
that work?
home.
How did that happen?
This has been catastrophic.
Wait, how did your axle break? That's like what happens to
I was
morbidly
coming
obese
down
Americans.
Robertson to go home at like midnight. Next thing you know, I'm on a flatbed truck going back to Orange County. I was a little farther.
Well, at least you didn't have to wait. Apparently, it happened instantaneously. You just were driving, and all of a sudden, you were on the truck.
My car wouldn't start, and then that's the reason I got towed back. And then they came and picked it up and brought it to a mechanic in Brea the next morning, and he said your axle's broken. So
Just like Guns N' Roses.
rented a car, finished it. I got to tell you honestly, it doesn't. I'm not showing it right now because I'm still a little under the weather and stuff. But I like my place. I love my neighborhood. I love it.
Wait, who moved your stuff?
I moved everything.
Everything yourself?
I moved every single thing except for my dad helped me carry my couch inside.
Aw.
I moved every
Because you don't
item.
have a bed or anything yet.
I bought a bed. Had it delivered. I don't know, within the last day or so.
All right.
I bought a TV today.
What kind of bed?
A race car bed?
It's not really a bed. It's a bale of hay, and I'm gonna sleep on that for a few years because I'm a new country western guy.
kind of a bed?
No, I bought a regular queen size bed.
Like a mattress, like a regular. It's not a sleep Tempur-Pedic or a sleep. What's your number?
It's a Sealy something. I don't know what.
Sealy Posturepedic.
Buying a mattress is not fun.
Did it come with bed bugs, or are they not in there
Yes. No, I had to sprinkle them on. They came in a sealed envelope that keeps them alive. They burrowed right in immediately. I threw a sheet on top and jumped on top. You know what I love about my new bed is the fact that I hear those sit and sleep ads all the time about how your bed, after 8 years, has
yet? Yeah,
about
doubles the
yeah,
weight.
yeah, because of the oil that comes off your
And
body,
and the bed bugs.
and it makes me gag.
That's so gross.
Makes me want to vomit every time. All I kept thinking about was, I love this bed because it doesn't have any gross oil on it. And I'm going to get plastic sheets to make sure no oil comes off of me into the bed. I was kidding.
You
I'm
guys, this is sort of a non sequitur, but kind of sequitur. But my mom the other day was teaching me how to make a bed properly. 'Cause she says I do not make a bed
Is that
properly. Yeah, because I'm homeschooled. Okay, so
That's
she was,
inside Anderson.
we do the hospital corner, that sort of thing. And then she sprays the sheets, sprays them down to the point where they're like wet with Lysol.
Lysol.
I've never seen or heard of this thing before, ever.
I think
Of Lysol, it's been around.
I'm reasonably sure your mom was never a housekeeper, but that seems like something housekeeping would do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
an over-
they see a pool of
overprotective-
blood in your
overprotective
mattress,
one.
they just act like it doesn't exist.
That seemed a little creepy to me, like a little overboard.
Yeah, but it's your mom. I'm surprised that it surprises you.
Ah.
You
Grossest
think
thing.
that your mom would, your mom's tendencies with the Lysol.
I
by
know
now.
she's a neat freak, but I just had no idea we were on that level.
I don't know how I'm feeling about the non-interruption thing. I feel like the show's taking a turn for the worse.
It's slow.
The energy is like,
All right, fuck that. Whoever gets the most wins.
Yeah!
Here's the
All
grossest.
right, guys, so I was driving today.
Here's the ironic, grossest thing that ever happened to me in a hotel. When I
Ever?
was a kid, we would take road trips, and we'd drink a lot of booze on the road trips. And we checked into a hotel on Wilshire Boulevard one time, thinking it was an L.A. road trip, and I was like 16 or 17. The hotel is very, very close to where Miranda lives right now. Like, shockingly close.
That doesn't help anyone.
It's just a coincidence.
That's listening.
So we got to this hotel. We were hammered. We had been drinking all night in the car driving. We've been mixing alcohol, everything you could possibly imagine that a 16-year-old would want. We got into this scummy,
Angel dust? Yeah, Angel
scummy
dust?
motel. I don't think you can drink angel dust, can you?
I don't even know what that
You
is.
said
Put it in a
take.
centrifuge with some water and it'll spin and
Yeah.
use that word twice tonight.
Central
So we
Fuge.
get into this room, 6 of us, and my friend finds an old Slurpee cup under the sink that was used to catch dripping water, and he goes, "I got a cup!" and started pouring his booze in the cup. And
Yeah,
just
the booze
drank
kills
immediately out of
everything.
it.
That's all
probably.
right. Yeah.
But that club, that the strawberry drinks kill booze, kill germs, you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were having strawberry drinks?
Yeah.
That's how your mom puts Lysol in the my mom would
Your
just
mom's
pour
those
booze
Jack Daniels?
from the time I was like 6.
Grey Goose.
That's
like
how
your-
I got a taste of it.
I like your mom's plan better.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Honey, I got to get rid of the bed bugs," and she'd just start pouring like Jack
What
Daniels
was
all over it.
what was the
I would slither in it.
the part of making a bed that you found?
The nickel where it had to flip.
That's a Navy thing, right?
Yeah, the military.
I don't do hospital corners. I don't find them comfortable personally. So
I don't even make my bed. Ever.
I don't fucking make beds.
Ever.
Why would you make a bed?
I know. Ever.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I kind of it gives me a little sense of order
Really?
in a chaotic universe.
I
I've
don't
never
like
made
it.
my bed.
I don't like it.
If someone's coming over, I'll take my comforter and do this.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
throw the
yeah,
comforter
yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Classy.
And you know what? It does feel nice to go in and have like a nice made bed. But then if you got used to that, I bet you don't appreciate hotels like Mike and I do. When I go into a hotel and the bed's made, I was like, "Oh, this is fancy."
I hate like hotel beds because like you have to like pry those sheets
Oh,
open.
I absolutely. First thing I
don't
do
enjoy it.
is I take that comforter, that repulsive, disgusting,
Yeah.
germ-laden comforter.
Get-
I throw that in the closet, and then I
Good
pull
call.
the sheets out because I don't like my toes being trapped. I like freedom, sweet
Exactly,
freedom. I like my feet to be
exactly.
able to fucking
Exactly.
escape.
Have you heard of
Freedom.
Seinfeld and George Costanza? They talked about that on Seinfeld. We talk a lot of things that come up on Seinfeld.
And I've
But
never
he
seen
was
it,
talking
so,
about how he pulled a hammy once trying to do his feet through the thing
Oh yes.
because
that
it's so tight. Because it's so tight in there. Hey, where do you think
remember that.
bed turning down came from? Where did that come from? They honestly they come in like the maid said, "Would you like some bed service?" Right, and they come in and they just pull the sheet down like a half a foot. That's
But
it.
The best
Yeah.
part is sometimes they
Why?
put a mint on your pillow.
But why doesn't that seem like the most superfluous? Like valet parking in a giant empty lot is about the same thing.
Yeah. What about the bullshit fluffing up your pillow that people do in like their home environment? Like, come over.
No, I like that.
What does that do?
And if a cat does it, it's called
What does that do?
making muffins.
Really?
When the cat goes like that with its
That's
feet.
adorable.
Yeah.
It's because he's trying to get milk out of your teat, by the way.
Do not equate fluffing the pillows, which it makes sense to me, with having a fucking Consuela come in and turn the sheet down.
Whoa!
What? Her
What's it-
name's
why?
usually something. I was just
Why?
trying to be
Why?
descriptive. I was
Maybe
not-
you're in a different country. Maybe it's Helga.
Okay, having Lisa come in and turn the sheets
Lisa?
down.
There's no Lisas
Okay,
out
Frank.
there who-
Sometimes they're males.
The first really nice hotel I stayed in, I was so blown away, and I was young, and I flew to San Francisco, and I checked into this hotel called the Hotel Nico.
To
She has
San
some-
Francisco.
Yeah.
But it
I
was
need
like
that drop.
it was the nicest hotel I'd ever stayed in. It was a very, very nice hotel.
Did they have strawberry drink?
They had everything.
The Father Nico?
including some of the most delicious chocolate I've ever tasted in my life. Probably Ghirardelli. On your pillow when you came home every single night, and I was so giddy, like, oh my god, there's gonna be 2 big chunks of chocolate on my pillow again. It was so good.
And did you have to share them with anybody?
No.
Awesome.
Some girl invited me to go out to a party with her, but I had to ride in the back of her moped, and I declined.
Yeah, that sounds kind of emasculating.
She was very attractive. I declined, and then the minute she rode away, I was like,
Should have done it.
what am I doing
Could've
now? I'm by
grabbed the
myself.
tatas.
Sitting in my
dude.
hotel by myself.
Nature's nature's handlebars.
Mike,
You know what?
Mike just sits there waiting for chocolate all by himself. They'll bring more chocolate soon.
That you know what? This is gonna be sort of name dropping.
Sort
that
of name
night-
dropping.
That night in San Francisco, I didn't know anybody, and I went to a party with the staff of the Improv, and it was about a half an hour out of the city. And a comedian friend of mine, Greg Proops, this is like in 1990.
Is he a homosexual?
No, he's married. He goes,
To a man.
He goes, what's up? And I go, I'm just bored. And he goes, I'll give you a ride back to your hotel. Give me a 30-minute ride back to my hotel. And I said, where are you going? He goes, back to the party. And I go, you didn't have to do this. And he's like, Give me an hour-long round-trip ride. Barely knew the guy at the time. He's a good man. Very good man.
And that point of that story.
Sorry,
was,
Diana. This is weird that I keep looking at Tyler and it's right by you. So if it looks
What-
like I'm.
Oh, I thought you were just making eyes.
What was
at
the
me.
point of the Jeff Probst, Greg Probst
He's a nice
story?
man.
I think he was a second or third guest that ever on Loveline when I started doing Loveline.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people that I met. And I thought, wow, this guy's awesome. And then I saw him on TV, and I'm like, oh, look, he's gay when he's on TV, but he's not like that when he's not on TV. It was weird. He has like a different personality on TV than he does not on TV. Really funny,
I think
really,
he has
really
a
smart.
podcast, right? I see his little face when I scroll.
His podcast, by the way,
find ours.
is so.
He reminds me of Jed the Fish, but not on drugs.
No, Proops is so quick and so smart. His
I like him very
podcast
much.
is one of those things you listen to and you get depressed. You're like, I'll never be that guy. Like, I'll never be able to talk for an hour and have everything come out concise and intelligent and funny.
So
and
people just listen to ours and get super excited. Like anyone can do this.
it's an inspiration.
You guys are inspiring.
We lower the bar so that others can jump over it.
I do want to tell you one thing. I love podcasts. I used to love podcasts.
Okay.
I've done a 180. I don't care for them much anymore because there's too many. There's a glut and there's too many of them out there. So
That's fantastic.
That's why.
What's going on? You know that thing that you're listening to right now that we do, the platform? Yeah, Mike's over it. There'll be like a TV broadcaster going on. Yeah, I used to like TV, but these days, nah, I'm not that into it.
Stick around after the break.
it's true though. And with that, I should say that we're.
Okay.
What should you say?
So Brian, spelled with a Y, not my co-host on the Film Ball, but Brian from Afghanistan, apparently. Afghanistan, we think. Tyler,
Yeah,
we don't have a last
It
name
was
here.
from Camp Marmal. I think
Marmal.
that's-
Brian writes to us, Tyler, Anderson, and Mike. He would have included your name, I'm sure, Diana, if he knew you'd be here when
That's
I
all
was
right.
reading it.
It's okay, Brian.
Hope all is well back in California. It's okay. Depends on who you talk to.
It's good for me. Once I get over this cough and this cold.
That was weird. That
Camp
was a
Marmal
really
is just
weird moment.
outside Mazar-e-Sharif, Afghanistan, in case you're wondering.
Thank you, Tyler. Sharif?
Did you write that when he was in the third grade? Because it looks like that kind of paper you have when you're a kid.
It's the largest base out of Bundeswehr, Germany.
There was a merchant here selling DVDs. I'm talking, this is Brian again, who wrote us this letter. There was a merchant here selling DVDs, meaning he was selling them in Afghanistan. Did I hear it? Yeah, okay. I didn't hear a word you
My
said.
DVDs, my DVDs.
Wow, that's racist. And I thought you might get a kick out of this one. I'm going to hold it up now, Rune, if you could show.
That's a giant DVD. It's not even square.
Apparently, this guy is the number one comedian in Afghanistan. Now he says this guy, and I see a number of faces on the cover of this.
He's all
one
of
of
them.
which looks like a Danny DeVito, an Arab Danny DeVito. Another one looks like a Hitler man, and then just some heinously ugly women. And this one, a blonde girl who I think she's
Courtney Love.
Islamic, but she has blonde curly hair. And then he writes, this guy's the number one comedian in Afghanistan. I'll let you judge for yourself. I figure this would be more interesting than a pirated copy of The Devil Inside. Take care. Tyler watched some of it, and apparently The
Do we
Devil
need to
Inside,
speak Farsi to understand that?
The Devil Inside is way better. But thank you very much, Brian, for sending this to us. And
The quality looks like someone daisy chained like 40 VHSs together and just recorded all the way down the line, so that the one at the end is like watching your neighbor's fuzzy TV through his window.
Brian, if I could put into words how sad I am for myself and my fellow podcasters that we can't seem to get a box together to send to you guys in 6 months, but you somehow got the gumption to send us this DVD.
it's really bad.
We are failures.
Guys, to be fair, that's a lot easier to send than that stuff. Guess how much it costs to send that from Afghanistan to here?
Plus, they might have a program where like you just buy something and
20
you throw it to
rubles?
one of the guys in your platoon, and like,
Yeah,
he's
those
the mail guy.
lazy soldiers. You
He's
just
the
buy
mail guy.
stuff and
Let's
throw it.
discount it.
Like that'd be really easy.
Send this to my mom.
Yeah, if we had one of those guys around here, they would have had tons of shit from us by now, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
We actually have a stack that you can just put stuff in and they send it.
It would constantly be like, here, send this over to Afghanistan. Yeah.
You think there's caffeine in this stuff?
Oh my God, you're obsessed.
I can't stop eating these things.
What is
Obsessed
it?
with them. The
I'd
texture.
have another too.
The texture is so good.
What? What is
It's like a thin, crispy M&M, but it's
So
like
this-
a chocolate licorice flavor.
This is my wallet.
Yeah.
For those of you who can't see it, it's a black wallet.
This is my wallet. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
What is this called? This red thing? It's like a
Fleur de lis.
Fleur de lis. I have
Here's
a
my
fleur de lis
wallet.
on it. Now, Dr. Drew gave me this. My buddy Drew gave me this for Christmas, and I liked it
This
very
is
much.
my wallet.
Okay, all right, I'm just showing my wallet now. You guys don't know. This wasn't like pull out your wallet time. I'm just showing my wallet.
Here's my Disney pass.
Why are you not
Ooh.
pulling out your wallet?
It's in the other room.
We're not going in the
Hey,
contents
can you read
of the
my
wallets.
Amex
I'm
number from that camera?
Yeah, you kind of can.
Don't do that.
So I pulled this out at lunch today with a couple of my friends that I was having, and they're into
They
stylish
were
things.
in rival gangs.
They saw my wallet and they freaked out.
Oh, really?
They're like, "Let me see that." Apparently, the guy that made this is a very famous like wallet
Comedian
maker, I
in
guess.
Afghanistan.
Tyler, I'll punch you.
Are you serious?
You're out of your element, Donnie. You're out of your element.
Yeah, you just made like one guy's day.
Yeah, yours. All right.
So you saw that thing?
Yes, I saw that thing.
Like only one guy's seen
That
that
was
movie.
great.
That thing was fucking awesome, by the way.
No,
was
you,
awesome.
Mike, you need to see the new review of the Actress Test on iTunes, and the new picture I did.
So my wallet apparently is made by it's worth it's ridiculously expensive. Like the amount that this wallet cost apparently that Dr. Drew or his wife got, thank you very much, is way. All I'm gonna say is it's way more than will ever be in the wallet.
Did you consider
Quadruple the amount that will ever be in this wallet.
Did you consider stop using it?
It was $20.
No. It actually make it. And this stuff right here.
Can I see it?
I don't know if you can see it. That's skate skin. That's like the skin of a
Tony
stingray.
Hawk. Tony Hawk skin.
I will punch you. You're out of your element.
I do like it.
Jesus.
I do like it.
Damn it! I'm trying to talk about my wallet. Tony Hawk skin looks like a skater. I hate you so much, Tyler.
You know what you can do with this? It's pretend like it's a
funny.
webcam.
Yeah.
Pretend like it's a camera.
What's that? No, we'll not do that.
I like it.
Like a skater? Kind of like
What is skate skin?
Like
though?
gator?
I
What
didn't
is
say
that?
skater. I said Tony Hawk. I made people make the connection in their mind.
What
Okay.
is it?
like a stingray, a skate. They're elasmobranchs, which is in the same family as sharks. So they're like flat sharks, essentially.
Awesome.
Like stingrays and manta rays. They're like sharks. They're in the same family. They're elasmobranchs, and they don't have scales. They have tentacles. They're called, and they're essentially their teeth. They're the same thing, and they over.
And you just thought it was
millions
a
of years.
plastic wallet you got at the swap meet or something?
I didn't think that. I knew it was nice and it was good quality. Because the first thing I did is I started bending it and beating it, and so I'm like, let's see if it holds up, and it holds up pretty good. But I'm very. I like my wallet more today than I did yesterday.
Yeah, I like it too now.
And I thank Drew. I came in and I'm like, Drew, I learned a little bit about my wallet today. And he was playing all dumb. He's like, what do you mean? And then I told him, I said, and apparently this is made out of stingray. He's like, actually, it's skate. I'm like, you do know.
Really? Wow, that's a good gift.
It's a really good gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it very much. I like it. What did he get you, Tyler? What did he get you?
Got me a like German-made like grooming kit that has like these like awesome scissors and tweezers and filing things and fingernail clippers.
Is it made of skate?
It's
Mine
made
is.
out of kangaroo testicle.
Your new name, Tyler.
Semen
It's
cookies.
2-star Tyler. 2-star Tyler.
How come 2 stars?
On a scale of
Because a couple times
2 stars.
we got 2-star reviews due to Tyler's cannons and shings being way too loud. And there's been a number of times, actually 2 times that I know of, where we got a 2-star out of 5 review because of Tyler.
What do you think the most accurate review count
2-star
system
type.
is?
Netflix.
No, I mean, is thumbs up, thumbs down the best because it's yes or no? Or is it 5
Pretty
stars?
decisive. No, I like the 10. I want to do a thing where I rate movies by how much I would spend to see them, to have them in my brain.
That's
So like a
interesting.
Clockwork Orange, I
That's a
would
great
probably
idea.
spend like $1,500 to have that in my head. You
Okay.
know, it's my favorite movie. There's a lot of movies that are decent that I would pay like, I'll pay like $8, $9 to have that in my head.
That's a tough favorite movie.
But that would be like a scale from 1 to like 1,500. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's the most you would pay for like your favorite movie, and you had to pay to keep it in your head, and if you didn't pay that amount, it would be out of your head?
Dirty Dancing, $1 million.
Wow, $1 million.
Oh, wow.
That's a
really?
lot.
Because I'm
a lot of money.
I'm even less than 1,500. I go Godfather 700.
You could almost remake 30. Oh, he's dead, but for that amount of money.
Not
Yeah.
in here.
I'm sorry.
Not in here.
I would do.
Nope, you
about-
can't
So
remake it in your heart.
serious just now. You looked like you were about to cry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that was a tough day.
Oh no, she is. I'm making
no,
no,
it's
okay.
good. I'm okay.
All right,
Okay.
Swayze. We won't talk about
He,
Swayze.
$2,300 for Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yep.
You're out of your
Good
head.
choice.
$4,000 for Roadhouse.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You like
Swayze
Roadhouse?
is awesome. Any movie Swayze is in, I
Any.
love.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, amazing.
Mm-hmm,
And okay, little backstory: Jennifer Grey worked with him for the first time ever on that film, and they hated each other.
Mm-hmm. Really?
They also
Sexual angst.
hated each other.
Sexual tension.
when they filmed Dirty Dancing, but it really translated to the film because
I had a crush on Jennifer Grey until she got a nose job. Then I no longer found her attractive.
I found her 10 times more attractive, and that's when I first noticed her. I am shallow.
I'm going with that too.
Yeah.
You're also a Benedictine monk or
I
something.
like your
from the
shirt. I try not
1600s.
to look at it because you have cleavage, which I try not to. I get uncomfortable if I look at girls' shirts and they think that I'm looking at their cleavage. I get scared. So I've been trying to look away, but I finally saw that it's Asian Star Wars, which is awesome.
I do.
Oh, I'm trying to not to look at your cleavage too. Now I want to look at the Star Wars.
But-
shirt.
Bouncy, bouncy,
Gentlemen,
bouncy, bouncy,
I don't think there's anything wrong with like
Bouncy,
a cleavage look.
I have not
Bouncy,
looked
bouncy.
once. Yeah.
bouncy, bouncy.
It's like they're two giant targets strapped to your chest. How can you not look at that? Yeah, I've
Okay.
never.
That's kind of bragging. That's kind of the way you said that. Two giant targets.
Okay.
Oh well.
I've just become accustomed to people staring at my crotch like with this giant penis packed into these tight underwear,
I didn't mean that.
longing to escape.
Guys, I think I know the answer to this, but
42.
42 large. All right.
Bouncy.
Porn is kind of great, but it's kind of horrible too, right?
What's horrible?
Just the fact
The
that
degrading
it's
nature.
filthy.
Oh, that. Yeah.
It's degrading, and you usually feel like it's scumbag after you look at it.
And you're a voyeur looking in on people doing the most intimate of intimate things.
But it is great.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Tyler.
You asked for it.
You know what else is great?
What?
Comedy. Tyler. Comedy's pretty good. Laughing your balls
So,
off.
Wait, what if you made a comedy porn?
Now, there's a lot of comedy porns out there where
Oh,
they're
there
like
are?
really goofy. Like the first porn I ever saw that I talked about a few weeks ago, where I thought that the hole was in the wrong place, and I thought I saw a woman being killed. I'm like, they're making a hole where a hole doesn't be like. But that was like a comedy.
That still makes me giggle. Not as much as like driving around this week thinking about you dancing to the car alarm, and I was like, what the heck?
That's awful.
Those.
It's
Good mental
terrible.
awesome,
picture.
but awful.
Good mental picture.
But do you think? And I think maybe if you had a certain mindset, you would be able to. All right, Jeannie, if you're listening, my mom's friend, please don't listen to this part. Please fast forward this part.
Sure, right now she's turning
Start
down the
fast
volume.
forwarding now.
On her computer, it's
For
got a volume
30
like
seconds.
this.
No. Do you think that there's any way, any kind of combination where you could be like laughing really hard while masturbating and turned on at the
No.
same time?
No, we've discussed
Come on,
this.
that'd be
I don't
awesome.
like. Here's what I don't like.
We have
comedy
discussed
mixed. I
Mr.
don't-
Bean gets me hard every time.
I don't like romantic situations or all the way up to porn mixing with comedy. I don't like to laugh while I have an erection.
Why
And the
can't we mix things?
You know what makes me more disturbed than that though is when a girl in a porn looks at the camera.
Yeah, we've
I'm
talked
like,
about,
"Ah,
we've talked
you
about
ruined
that
it.
a lot. We've talked
You
about that
ruined
a
it."
lot.
Broke the fourth wall.
Yeah, there's no. I'll laugh before sex, after sex.
But not during.
No,
Yeah.
try not to.
I know, and I don't either. I don't think anyone does. It's unnatural. It's like peeing and hiccuping. You can't do the same. You can't do them at the same time. But it would be awesome if we could find like a way. Maybe there's a drug or something where you could be laughing and having sex at the same time.
We should ask Dr. Drew immediately.
Would that be like the greatest drug in the world, and would everything just else seem like a horrible drug? If like you take this pill and it makes
Well, what
sex hilarious.
What would happen to those guys who like laugh uncontrollably when they are completing?
Who
They
Who
would
does
explode.
that?
Who are
You
those
get
guys?
those calls all the time on Love Line.
No, we don't. I don't
Yes.
listen.
My boyfriend, when he's climaxing, he just like starts laughing nonstop.
I've never heard that call. Have you heard that call?
I haven't heard that call either.
Okay, guys, I'm asking for myself. All right. It's kind of like that, but it's long.
I like how you build it up way too much. We have these calls all the time.
Yeah, I've never heard of that call.
You
Tyler.
don't listen to the show.
I do
that's
listen to the
evidence
show.
on a nightly basis.
Oh, what? First of all, NDA. No, I do. I listen every night. Actually, I keep scoring. I write things down. How dare you? I've never heard that call though. But what would it sound like? No, it would not sound.
I don't know.
Okay.
We've had the call. I was a screener on Love Line for
I don't want to
years.
get too personal here, but I have had situations where I laughed during sex because of something funny that either I said or it was probably something I
What do
said.
you-
Why are you talking?
I've had yeah. Sometimes I will have
It's a good honest question.
Let me just be
Why
honest
are
with
you
you.
talking
Having
during
sex with
sex?
me, not in the beginning, but after a while, gets to be weird because
After a while.
I'll think of other things like in the middle of it, and I'll be like, "Hey, by the way, you know,
I gotta buy some milk.
I added bed bugs
by
to
the way,
bed.
I went to the post office and that guy was still there." And I'm like, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Really?
Yeah,
You can't get through
no.
like 5 minutes without
No.
bringing
Yeah, it's
something
more
up
like
that happened in your day.
six. I don't want 6 or 7 minutes, but yeah.
Really? You bring up it's just like.
But I was making love.
He
to
presses
a,
the cough button during sex too.
I was having
This is
sex with my
courteous.
girlfriend once, who I've talked about before, who's a long
Rebecca,
20
yes.
years ago, and we had been going at it for quite a while, and I don't mean just intercourse, but we had been doing everything. So about 45 minutes had passed, and then she was like, she intimated that I should finish, and then I started to, and she's like, wait a second, and I'm like, I can't now, and then it was just like this weird showdown, and then I had an orgasm, and I just started cracking up.
Don't ever.
I'm like, you can't say finish, don't finish, and then don't finish.
Don't say I had an orgasm again. That sounded wrong.
Yeah, is it weird?
Yeah.
I accidentally had an orgasm.
Stop. Don't say that.
Thrusting into some woman's body.
Oh God.
Penetration. Engage.
We don't have throat cancer, but we talk like robots anyway.
Can you hear us when we talk this way?
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
We
pretty
are
good,
barf
right?
barf.
This is pretty
Keep
sweet.
doing this.
This is sweet.
You know what's
I'm
weird is
gonna
it
suck on
frees you
this.
up. Like you feel like you're getting more air, right?
What if I have to get one of these eventually? Do people still have these? What we're doing is
That's
we're
why
talking
you
through our
should
throat
stop
puffs.
It just
Okay,
sounds like
now.
we've all been to a concert and now we're all trying to have a conversation.
Oh, this is what it sounds like after a concert. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what I
hear
just
anything.
said.
Yeah. It sounds like, but not we've been to the concert. Whoever's listening has been to the concert.
I think they've developed something better than this.
Because I don't think that I see anyone talking with those
Yeah,
voice boxes
with like a
anymore.
Banaka thing.
I don't see that. But
Banaka.
let's say that I got one of these, and then somebody sees this like years from now, and they're like, "Look, Anderson had that even way back then."
What if aliens only find this clip of American broadcasting and they think that the entire genre was...
And we're huge
Done like
celebrities
this.
on some alien planet.
What if we stop doing this? Should I tell the Reggie thing before he gets there?
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
the Reggie thing. Wait, can we talk amongst ourselves in code about the announcement?
No, because we're all retarded.
Because I don't think we should do it.
Do what?
The announcement.
We should never announce anything? It's a terrible idea.
I think we should wait till the last show.
Where are people going to know that they can buy our mascot costume?
Oh,
That
we
was-
should have
that was
like
code, guys.
furry costumes.
We do. Ooh, we said
should-
furries. I can put that in the tag, and it'll be our most downloaded episode.
Oh, you know what you should put in the tag is Anderson's new video because I have a new video that I tried to show you.
Oh, you?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah?
you're.
It's done.
I thought. Oh, I didn't
I
think
put it up
was
on
done yet.
YouTube and Vimeo.
It is?
Yeah.
Fart barf?
No.
Oh.
I got 2 videos that I'm working on. I'm waiting on Farpar to finish their song that they have to send me. But
It's a video where Anderson reviews his wallet. It's thrilling.
My wallet is made of skate.
I like
You
that
see,
wallet,
I
man.
got this from Dr.
My-
Drew, and I didn't realize how valuable it was until...
Ty, your impression of Anderson, I think, is a little off.
Not a little off.
It's a little off.
It's not smart. Anderson, and I'm doing reviews. That's my wallet is made of Rodney Mullen. For those people who grew up in the '80s and like skaters, they
Like
like
Tony
that.
Alva, bro.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Hey,
Caballero.
Tony Alva played with Fart Barf
Yeah,
No,
I heard that.
really?
in the last like 5 days.
Okay, we can't make this show about Farpar every episode, but
Okay.
no, that video is essentially done. I'm just waiting for
We
the
can only
audio
do it for
from
2
them.
more
Awesome.
episodes.
because the audio that I have is not good, so they're supposed to be re-recording, but they take their time. But I did another video, a very ridiculous short video that has very questionable language in it, Diana.
Okay.
It will be found
Russian?
offensive by some,
Okay.
but it stars myself, Tyler, Mike Carano, Dr. Drew's even got a small part in it. However, their images are not in it. You just have to watch it to see. But it's an actual.
Oh,
it's based,
really?
Based on an
Oh,
actual
man.
conversation that
would've
I
sacrificed
talked
dinner.
about briefly a little bit tonight. I mean, a little bit on the show a long time ago, but an actual conversation about a father talking to his son about sex. And it's 2.5 minutes long. It's on Vimeo. And we'll post it as our picture tonight. Is that cool, guys? Can we do that? So people can see it and then link it.
Nice.
It'll
Yeah.
be at the
Nice.
aftertime or Facebook. And
No, we're gonna,
Oh man, I wouldn't have gone and got tacos if I knew
Sorry.
that was what you're going to show me.
I can show you after. I'll show you.
What does tacos have to do with the video?
Because
know.
I
We
was going
didn't
to
have
show it to
time
him.
to
We had a
watch
break
it.
right before the end of the show. And then he went to get tacos
Oh.
instead of watching the thing that I spent a long time working on that involves you guys.
We should bring up the fact that I got a very disturbing tweet today. Well, actually, not disturbing.
Coming back to Reggie in a minute.
It's very good. Well, tell your Reggie now. This can wait.
No, go ahead.
This can wait.
No, because Reggie might take us on a tangent.
Okay. So, one of our listeners who lives in Florida, he was driving through a Chick-fil-A drive-thru, listening to our show. The Chick-fil-A lady goes, "Oh, by the way, hi, Chick-fil-A lady." She goes, "Is that the after disaster?"
No.
That's almost
No,
impossible.
Didn't happen.
And he said no and turned it down.
didn't happen. What's
Yeah, that didn't
Florida?
happen.
Mm-hmm.
Chick-fil-A is not in Florida. Liar. I believe everything else, but not about the Chick-fil-A.
What
It's
do you mean
probably
they're
like
not
a
Chick-fil-A
Burger
Florida?
King or something.
They're all over the South.
Never been.
Trying to make a joke, Tyler. Trying to make a joke. I believe the one part, the obscure part, the ridiculous part, but I'm saying that the Chick-fil-A
Somebody told me a similar story to that. I know it's not true either.
I heard Obama got a tongue lashing from Biden the other day because he was listening to the after disaster when he was supposed to be working on the getting the troops out of Afghanistan.
Tongue
That's what I
lashing
heard.
like
No, Michael. No, Michael. Michael's beating his hand with his tongue. Okay.
what if your tongue was that limber you could just do this with it?
If you're the Chick-fil-A lady, please get in contact with us.
All right. Mike is making his tongue, his fingers.
wouldn't that be weird?
And
You're
asking
like-
it'd be weird if your tongue hung out of your face like a pug and was limber.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be strange at first. I think you
Remind
get
me
used to it
never
after.
to do
Yeah.
this to you
What
again.
if we all went crazy for tennis balls, Mike?
I ran into the ex-co-host of this show.
You don't?
recently.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
And it was very awkward. I'm not going to tell the full story, but it was awkward,
The
and I
poor
felt bad
man?
about it afterwards. So I sent him a text. Nice long text. Reached out. He didn't respond.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's been 3 days.
Where'd you run into him?
At his work.
That makes sense.
At his work. It was really awkward though because he was in one room, I was in the other. There's a giant plate glass window that separates us, and we don't get along so well anymore. And I had to be in that room for 2.5 hours, and he was in his room for 2.5 hours, and it was like we were cellmates almost, but we're on the other side of the glass. It was awkward.
So it was literal and a metaphor.
Right. Yes. This glass. I should have gone up and raised my shirt, like like Midnight Express
I would have broke the ice.
and Cable Guy, and went, Billy, please, and put my nipple up against it. Oh, why didn't I do that?
Your nipple and your wallet.
I'm gonna. Would you stop it with the wallet?
What do you think is more?
Tyler loves the callback. He loves it.
What do you think
My
is
name, Tyler 2-star callback White.
Roman Radio.
I prefer tie-tie.
What do you think is more unsettling and less has less privacy? If you were in a cell, 3 brick walls with bars, or 3 brick walls with glass?
I'm gonna go with
Like, which one is more unsettling? Which one, as a prisoner, if you're in like a glass wall,
I like the bars. I like to have bars.
because you have air?
You have air. You can put your hand through it.
Yeah.
I don't like the glass. What
You
do
can
You
rub
can
your,
fling
you rub your cup
semen on
on it.
Jodie Foster when she's walking by.
Okay, I
Spider-
was
Spider-Man?
literally just watching Silence of the Lambs in the bathtub today.
I can
and
smell your toes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
I guess that didn't sound good. Anyway, but I was watching the scene
In
where
the bathtub.
Do you have a TV in your bathroom?
yeah, it's like Scarface.
What happens if it
awesome.
falls
Just-
in?
I'm
Careful,
just like-
Diana.
I'm just
We
like
should do the
Scarface.
podcast
It's also
Yeah,
called
cocaine
swimming
and
class
guns.
at her school.
That,
Sorry. Okay,
if it falls in, you die. So careful.
I will.
PE?
I'm good.
Don't do toast in there either.
I promise.
Don't make toast.
I promise. Okay, so anyway, there's the scene where he's been shipped.
We're talking about Sounds of the
Silence
Lambs.
of the
again.
Lambs.
Wash
Okay,
your
Where
toes.
Hannibal Lecter is in he's in like this cell, but it's like in a library or
Was
something
it glass
like that.
or was it
Hannibal
Bars.
Nectar. Oh no.
Yeah.
Nice, Tyler. Okay, but he had this little like screen over his restroom area.
Yeah.
Which I was like, wow.
Oh, he
that's-
was in there during
Yeah.
that scene
Yeah.
too. He was
Yeah.
reading the newspaper or
Yeah,
something.
and
Or no,
it's-
the cop was.
it was before
outside.
his Great Escape. Yeah.
And he was listening to nice classical
Yes.
music.
Yes, and I loved how he really took his time with the killing and like really at the end
It's an
enjoyed
art.
the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That
was in his
movie.
element.
That movie is
So
wonderful.
good.
It's damn
Wonderful.
close to
So
perfect.
good.
Damn close to
Yeah.
flawless.
Yeah, and anyway, I was just surprised though that they gave this prisoner so many, like amenities such
Well-
as like privacy while he's going to.
They
the
would
Well,
have
it's a
never.
movie.
It's a movie
show.
because first of all, they would have had cameras on him the entire time. They would have people in the room. They wouldn't have put that little
Well, they put like essentially a
cover around
giant
his
bird
toilet.
cage.
Yeah.
He was like,
Where do they even have that cage?
I know.
Why was
Where
that,
do they
why,
bring it in?
Why did that even?
It's like
exist?
obviously the type of thing that you would have to like lift from above and put
Okay,
it
we
over
got
like
one dude,
like a
and
mousetrap.
instead of taking him right to the prison, we're gonna keep him in this town hall.
And Jonathan Demme's
this-
like, well, it looks pretty.
Yep.
no, but it's
did.
unbelievable. Plus, it's got like 20-foot ceilings. It's not like a little, bring a fucking shark cage in. That's good enough for Hannibal Lecter. They build like a 1-bedroom apartment for him.
Because he had to string the body from something.
I know.
That's
But then,
essentially
what-
then they
Exactly.
serve him the food he wants.
Yeah, he gets like lamb chops.
He hasn't even been
Yeah.
convicted yet.
Very
He's already
rare.
eating.
Very rare.
He's already eating fine dining, and
Well, because he was cooperating. Okay, what are we doing? We're reviewing a movie from 1991.
My bad.
Guys, if you went to jail, how long, or I guess prison, how long would you go before you're like, I'll try the cup against the bar thing?
I mean
First day?
this thing,
Yeah.
like let me out, jailer.
Just like,
I don't think they give you cups anymore.
I'm just sitting here waiting for some horrible, awful question.
Me too. Like
what would
how
you
long
rather-
before I got raped?
Yeah.
And I was thinking of an answer too. I'm like, as soon as
And
they saw
Tyler
my-
goes with the Disney.
Yeah.
as soon as
How
the
long
first
before you try and
prisoner
get
saw
the key
my
from the
sweet
dog?
ass
and all
getting
the
out of the
other
shower.
all the
I'm
other
sorry,
guys
what?
in jail,
Nothing.
all the
I'm
other
sorry.
guys in jail are like, yeah, I remember my first time rubbing the cup on the thing.
Here's the thing:
Yeah.
you don't
As
get
they're
cups like
raping
that
him.
anymore. You don't get cups like that anymore.
What?
No.
How would you know?
It could be used as like a weapon.
And there's
I
no
can
bars.
imagine.
There's no bars. No bars.
What,
I've seen
What-
I've seen the shows. They have bars.
what is there?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
It's all glass and it's like that wire.
No.
Well, in LA, anyways.
Oh, you've only traveled the LA jails.
Yeah,
You've
I
only
know.
toured those.
God, now you're making me want to go out of state. I told you guys when I was in LA County that I ran into a guy. I talked to many people because all you do is stand in line when you're getting processed. Processing takes over 24 hours, like 36 hours of being processed from one line to the next. So I talked to a lot of unsavory characters, and one of which was just like this poor drug addict, long-haired younger guy. And he was talking about how the LA County processing sucks. He's been through it like 3 or 4 times. And I think it was like Boise or up north or something was much better. And he was actually 100% serious talking about how once he gets out, he's going to move back up there because processing is better
God,
in
that's
the
wonderful.
county
Yeah.
jail, and it's quicker
Oh
and it's not
my.
as painful. And I actually pointed that out to him, and it occurred to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I guess moving just so that when I get arrested, processing's easier. It's kind of a dumb reason to move,
You wanna
isn't it?"
point-
And
you
we
wanna
laughed.
point-
We had a laugh. We had a chuckle.
You want to point out to him that most people on the planet Earth don't know what processing is. Don't get processed. Most of us don't go to jail.
Okay, speaking of not going to jail,
I mean, the three of us will. Four of
staying-
us now.
out of staying in school and not dropping out because this dropout stuff is costing us.
I cannot argue with that.
Okay,
costing me.
Reggie Watts, our security guard here, character on the show, friend of the show. I love the Reg, and I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm just trying to make everyone understand what I deal with and what we all deal with. I've actually thought about this throughout the week numerous times since it's happened and how I'm going to address it on the show. I have to talk about it on the show, but I don't want to do it with my normal, like, and then he asked me this. Can you believe that? I don't want to do that because I don't want to make it seem.
And it sounds awful when you talk like that.
I like talking like that.
So what do you do?
Apparently, okay, he comes up to me in the hall. It's late. I've been doing stuff for a while, and I can't wait to get out of here. And I hear the keys, and I hear him coming. I'm like, shit. Good night, Reggie. Anderson, I gotta talk to you. And I'm like, oh shit. And of course, my mind is racing. He is very serious. He's very earnest, and no smiling, nothing. And I'm thinking, the day has come. He has heard the show.
Oh man, that's
I
even
am-
worse than I was thinking.
I'm like 95% sure. Like if I had to put money down, I would put a large amount down on the fact that that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to have a discussion
Okay,
about the way we're
now
going to talk about him.
all of a sudden, the weight of what you're about to say, I have no idea what it is, has just shifted to me because now I have
No,
a
it's
stomach
fine.
ache.
It's fine.
Like,
Don't
oh
worry.
my God, are you going to say he watched listen to the show and I have to just run out of here now?
First of all, that's a problem in itself. That this is my fear, and we shouldn't be in a position where we're terrified that somebody who we essentially work with is going to listen to the show. I don't like that feeling, but that's the reality of the things.
And he's not the only one.
What?
He's
What?
like the opposite of Tigger.
Wait, me talking that way? And don't ever say that when talking about Reggie. What did you just say?
I said he's the opposite of Tigger because he's not the only one that we're afraid of talking about on our show. Whereas Tigger is the only one.
What was that
Tigger.
laugh? What was that laughter?
That's Rune. Rune is a middle-aged
I thought
woman.
it was a ghost.
It sounded like Reggie. Okay, so he's very serious to the point where like his glasses, he takes them off and he's cleaning them. He's doing one of those dramatic moves that you do like you do in bad movies.
Yeah.
Like I got something to talk to you about. And he takes them off and he's looking at me and he's cleaning his glasses and I'm like, oh shit. I am not making a joke here. This is what proceeded. LeBron James. This is Reggie. LeBron James apparently recently has spoken out about how he thinks that dropping out of school is bad. I don't know how Reggie found this out. I don't know if it was a news bulletin. LeBron James said that somewhere.
I think they all get like a newsletter.
They all.
People that subscribe to it.
Reggie lets me know this, and then his request is, I need to get LeBron James's information to give to Reggie because he wants to get in touch with him about his songs. How would I get a hold of LeBron James? He said. And
Wow.
my heart settles, and I say, okay, at least he hasn't heard the show.
And now you're really trying to find LeBron James's cell phone number because
And then I have to explain to him that LeBron James is not somebody whose contact I have.
He hasn't been on the after
Yep.
disaster.
Not been on the after disaster.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
And I try to explain to him that he's one of the biggest celebrity athletes, if not the biggest currently, and that he's going to be difficult to get a hold of. Like Howard Stern might have a hard time getting a hold of.
yeah, I'm going
Then
with
his
he's one of the
confusion-
biggest celebrities on the planet, not just athletes. I'm
After
guessing.
saying Howard Stern and seeing the confusion, I didn't even go down that road anymore. Then I just equated it. I said, I think that Barack Obama might be easier to get a hold of. Second Barack comment of the, or reference of the night.
if you
And I'm
were
not saying
to
Reggie's mentally challenged. He's not. He's just incredibly misinformed.
naive, if
Naive.
you were to professionally
Ridiculous.
approach both of their people about Reggie's
All right, what
stay in
is
school
going on?
campaign, I'd say Barack Obama would respond way before LeBron James.
I think you're
would
absolutely
respond.
right. I
I'd
think you're
concur
abso-
with that too.
yeah. Unless
LeBron James is a butthole. He's an asshole.
Title of the episode.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
What kind of jerk? What kind of jerk does a 1 hour primetime special to announce he's leaving his home team?
Somebody who's stupid and listens to his people, and he has terrible people. That's what that was. He didn't
No, but
mastermind that. Come
even
on.
if you're not that dumb, you
know what? I don't know if
that's
I've ever seen
wholly
LeBron-
inappropriate.
make a single shot. I don't know if I've seen him. Actually
I've
sink a
never
ball.
seen him play,
I
but
don't
I've
think
heard
I've
he's
ever
great.
seen him play.
I heard he's a
Good.
good basketball
Yeah?
player.
He's good.
Is he as good at basketball as Sidney Crosby is at hockey?
Probably not.
Is he as good at basketball as Sidney Crosby is at getting hurt and getting his brain scrambled?
I really don't know hockey.
They
so
say
well.
LeBron James is the Sidney Crosby of NASCAR.
I miss Sidney Crosby
They say
so
that.
much.
In,
I wish
in
I
that
could cuddle with
newsletter.
I miss Denise Crosby.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I miss
Waka Waka.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
She was the host of That's Incredible. That's incredible.
I was on that
Oh,
show.
I love
Oh,
that
you
show.
were?
Yeah.
No
I
way.
think we talked about this.
I was no, I don't think we did.
What?
I was 12. I was on the show.
Anderson, that's incredible.
I would like to throw this at
That
you,
show was great.
but there's glass
Do
that would
it.
be damaged.
They'd be like, this snake can jump over a creek. That's
actually-
incredible.
He's
And
got
they
a
show the
tattoo
video.
on his arm.
Oh, the snake's got a tattoo of a person wrapping around his arm.
I was actually like not 8
and
or
the snake's
9
like,
probably.
it's film.
Oh, you know what? Someone should tattoo a little teeny tattoo on a spider's elbow of like a one-bedroom apartment.
What was incredible about
No,
you?
you know what they
Anderson?
should tattoo on a spider's elbow is like, what's the equivalent to webs? Because you know,
A
like,
one-bedroom apartment. That's what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cut
God damn it! Cut that all out.
I get it. I get it.
I didn't get it. That was very obscure.
Like a little room with like a
That
was
a
really good.
lawn, a
I like it a
dresser,
lot.
bed.
That was good, Mike.
No,
I
they
liked
have to
it.
be like a kitchen because that's where they eat, right?
Wait, but what if they tattooed something the equivalent of a web on a spider's elbow?
Where do they
Wait, but hold on, guys.
Wait,
What if they-
that's where they eat.
wait.
So the web is
Wait.
just their kitchen.
Yeah,
They
it's their
sleep
living
somewhere
room.
else?
It's their entire.
Where-
everything.
that's their
It's
whole house.
Guys,
They live in studio apartment.
guys,
AD.
forget everything you know.
AT. But what if they tattooed on the spiders? How would they do it though?
Anderson, there are Chick-fil-A's in Florida.
Of course.
How
there are. I
annoying
was
would the
making
show
a
be to
dumb
listen
joke.
to if every time you said forget everything you know, we genuinely forgot for like a minute? So it's just dead air. And then be like,
I'm learning.
What should we call this show?
learning again.
LeBron James is a butthole.
no,
What is that
we
from?
No, let's not do that because I don't need any
What
heat.
is that from?
I don't need any heat.
He said
He's
it.
not on the Heat anymore.
What is his name?
Oh.
Oh, actually, no, he's on the Heat. What was I say? He's not on the Cavs anymore. I'm gonna edit that so that I sound correct.
Don't edit it.
I want
Oh.
non-PC sports names like the HIV, and the Nazis,
Oh dear.
the tuberculosis.
You guys, I love my neighborhood and I go for walks every single night like at midnight for
Okay.
like 5 miles. I walk for like an hour around Beverly Hills and West Hollywood every single night, and I'm starting to. It's only been 2 nights, but I'm recognizing the busboys as they leave the restaurants at like 1 in the morning already. Like I recognize the same guy.
Just because they take the bus home, you shouldn't call them that. That's really
No,
rude.
the busboys. It's an all boy band.
You say goodnight, Rick. See you, Tony.
Oh, there was a band called the Busboys.
Rick,
Was
really?
there?
Yeah, in the
What?
70s. And
His name's Ricardo.
Busboy.
remember the Busboys, you guys?
No, because we're not 90.
Yeah, seriously. Just because you put that 45
it
in the
was
storage.
it was a semi-famous soul band in the 70s called the Busboys.
My knowledge of semi-famous soul bands.
Rune, you got anything to plug? Are you in a band?
Just his butt. Right? High five, guys. High five.
Oh,
Tie-tie.
hey.
Woo!
See you at the pleasure chest.
Treasure
there's,
Island.
There's the pleasure chest. Am I right, guys?
Oh,
hey,
dear.
hey,
Oh,
whoa.
dear.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Hey,
our
can we
guest.
talk about
I
how
will
the
not allow
stream
you.
cut off last week after we talked very poorly about Diana?
Yeah,
Mm,
it
we
was a-
should.
it was a little harsh.
How did
Yeah.
we talk poorly
It
about
is
you?
my childhood.
A child. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Like the last thing you guys said pretty much before the stream like cut out was screw me.
Should we say? Just let's assume that somebody's listening to this show that's never heard the After Disaster before. You're wondering to yourself, who's Reggie? Why is the show on iTunes? And what is Diana? Who is she? She is a listener of the show who we have all fallen in love with.
Aww.
You know what? This is going to be
So
really awkward
mutual.
and really weird.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
This is going to be awkward and weird.
Bouncy.
I'm doing it right here, though. I'm going to do it right now.
Bouncy.
Krista, who I'm neutral, lukewarm on our phone screener.
It was amazing.
Lukewarm.
Amazing.
She interrupts a lot. Speaking of interruption, like you were just talking, like before the show happened, Mike Corona was talking to Ann about something, and like they're engaged in a conversation. Krista goes, "Oh my God, look at your hat." She takes the hat off his head while he's talking to Ann and goes, and she goes, "Do you have lice?" And then throws the hat on her. I'm like, they're having a conversation. Do you have any decorum? But she's a sweet girl, means well.
Yeah.
Like her. She's the only one who's not invited to my wedding, and other than Rune.
Now this is more uncomfortable than the Reggie
That's
thing.
very harsh.
Don't laugh at Rune. But she's been bugging me a long time, and I said only if you bring like a black date. Is what I said because I
But she has a brown man boyfriend.
But she has a boyfriend, so
What if she comes with LeBron? Reggie's going to be livid.
He sees the pictures. He's like, "You lied to me."
You know what sucks is if I did run into LeBron,
I wouldn't bring it
even
up.
though I don't like LeBron or care about LeBron, I would probably still be like, oh my God, it's LeBron.
You're like, oh, it's really nice
And
to
I
meet you.
could probably spend 20 minutes with him, and I don't know if I would think of Reggie once.
I know.
Unfortunately, how
Wouldn't that
horrible is
wouldn't that be great if you're like, oh my God, I didn't even bring up Reggie.
That would not be great. That would be
Guys,
awful.
can you imagine what that would look like if the two of them were standing next to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Actually, do you think that LeBron might do something with Reggie
It'd
if
be
he
me
could
and
do some kind
Stanley.
of, if he could do some kind of commercial or
It would look like a picture out of the Guinness book. Out
promotion
of, Ripley's.
where he
You know,
slammed,
world's tallest man, world's shortest man.
dunked Reggie?
Where the guy puts his hand on the other guy's hand.
Oh no. Too
I do-
far.
Oh, you
Is
need
that
a
too
bigger-
far?
You need a bigger.
Why is that too far?
Well, you need it because you
It's
need a bigger
February,
basket.
Anderson.
What?
Yeah.
It's February.
Yeah.
Reggie wouldn't.
What
fit
if
to a
our show
basket.
just went dark every February?
What do you mean dark?
Just no after.
No,
sex.
no. What do you mean dark, bro?
We never explained.
This fucked up.
Oh dear.
Out of respect to the month,
Because we know we can't control ourselves.
We are going to.
Self-imposed blackout. I mean,
Wait, there's no explanation. Nothing on the website. Everything's dead for the
I'm
entire month of
crying
February.
over it.
guys, there is a show on iTunes now. When you try and find the after disaster, that is been showing up in the results around ours called the After Black, and their logo looks just like ours.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Change our
Oh,
logo.
What is that?
Hey, by the way, do you know Disneyland is open 24 hours at the end of this month?
Wait.
Yes.
Yes, I did hear
Yeah.
about that.
How does that
We're
affect
doing
my
the
life?
we're doing the 24-hour after disaster
Oh,
Yeah,
podcast.
we're all
Does that
going.
affect my life?
I'm going for sure.
Me too.
I'll be there.
You're gonna stay the entire 24 hours?
No, I'm
Yes.
gonna get there like around midnight and stay till 3.
Why?
I think it's during the week, so
Oh,
I have to go
24.
after work.
Because I live
Is
my
that
life
good?
to the fullest, Anderson.
Am I the negative one this week?
You're always the negative one.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. No, I'm not.
No, once Tyler
Mike's-
was the
Mike-
negative
Yeah.
one on Positive
Positive
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Tyler
Fuck
was the
Positive
negative
Thursday.
one. That's why I thought it was
Tyler,
so funny.
come on now.
Because Tyler's
Please.
never negative, so it was just
Tyler's
interesting.
negative.
Oh, I'm negative. Just when you compare me to these curmudgeons, I'm like Mr. Sunshine.
Oh, Tyler's negative.
I'm pretty positive now that I live up here.
So
I'm
I
positive that you live up here.
sat down with the soon-to-be missus.
Uh-huh.
Wait, guys, apartments on their elbows.
We should. You know what? What if you were to tattoo?
That's a good name of the
What is the
episode.
equivalent? Would it be semen?
No, it'd be an apartment.
Oh, you know what? Like a house or an apartment.
Guys, a
An
domicile.
apartment would be good.
But would that make them a racist? Because
Why?
only apparently it's racists who have the elbow.
Do you think they have
tattooed.
rooms? Do you think the spiders consider
No.
like certain
How's that
areas rooms
racist?
on their web?
No, it's racist. It really is. It's like it's a white supremacist thing.
I don't think
but
they
apparently,
think it through like that.
apparently, and I don't know shit other than I've had friends who have had it, and I've been around that culture a little bit. That if they have the
Spider culture?
if they have the web on like the left arm, that means that they hate racists. If they have it on the right arm, it means that they are racist, or
I don't
vice
think that's
versa.
true.
And if they have a
Or vice
shark
versa.
ear in this one, it means that they dance to car
Hey,
alarms.
It's just
And if
like
it's in this
skinheads
one-
and sharp skins. Like skinheads are horrible
And
racist people,
skates.
and sharp skins are like straight edge hate skinhead, hate racists, but they
What are
look the
sharp
exact
skins?
same.
I don't know, but I
Sharp
think
skins.
if spiders wanted to
hell's
have
a sharp
rooms,
A
skin?
sharp skin is a skinhead who wears the costume, like wears the boots and the suspenders, and they have no hair, but they are straight edge and they hate drugs and they
Yeah.
hate racists. But they
It's
look
too hard to
just
keep
like
track
Am I
of
the
all
only one
this
that's
The
never heard of shark
neo-Nazi.
spin?
no, I've never heard of it either.
No.
But the
Shark
thing about
skin?
the spiders is if they wanted to have
new to me
rooms, they
too.
could build their own rooms. They could. I'm sure they could easily make a wall.
I don't like those funnel spiders. Those creep me
Oh,
out.
they all creep me out. But the
And when
funnel
National
one
Geographic
is
sticks
horrible.
that little
Oh,
camera down in there, and it's just
God,
like
horrible.
waiting to like come out and get
How's
you.
That's the noise
How's
they
it go?
make. That sound like little dragons.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what it
That's
sounds
what they
like.
sound
I
like.
can't wait for someone to image cap
Yep,
that tomorrow.
they're hyenas.
First thing when I load up the after disaster page, it's gonna be going.
Hey guys, everyone, happy Friday to you.
Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Huh?
Yeah.
Keep jogging, joggers. Keep
Yep.
lifting,
Yeah.
lifters.
Who lost the weight?
Keep
What was his
Chick-fil-A
name?
and
Who
fillayers.
Who lost all the weight?
I'll look it up.
That's like an entire you, Tyler. They lost.
It's almost a half of me. Or no, it's more than a half of me.
Oh, I went out on a terrible first date.
Of course you did.
Again?
Yeah.
I think Diana collects them in
I
her
do.
web.
Which inappropriate pink part did you see of his? This
Oh, God, no.
Whoa.
Nope, there was none of that. We didn't get there.
time? No, usually you don't have to. Like he just whips it out
Yep.
like little children.
No,
style.
luckily we didn't even get there.
Little children the movie. I'm referring to guys, not little children in general with cookies.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sorry,
so we're talking.
those
and
kids can never enjoy cookies dunked in milk for the rest of their
Or
life.
semen.
I
And that's one of the
can't enjoy
greatest
it.
things.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
they can. They
Dunkin'.
can.
Can they?
Yeah,
Every
why
time
not?
they do, they get an erection. They don't
Hey,
know why.
you know?
What?
That's one of the worst things ever
Chips
said
ahoy,
on the
guys.
show.
You think,
Chips
you think the guys were
ahoy.
turned on when he was feeding them the semen covered?
Well, you know, like kids get they get all scrambled. Like I learned that on Loveline from working on Loveline forever. Is like you get like
but they didn't know. That's the
monkeyed with
problem.
when you're a kid, and then yeah, they didn't know.
The taste of semen might trigger something.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's
Oh,
go back to
no,
your date.
no.
Let's get off of this and go on to your.
It related to something you were saying before. So we were just doing that first.
Marina, I'm
date
sorry,
banner.
listener Marina. He was singing the song we've been trying to get him to sing for a long
I
time.
just popped into my head.
Mike was just singing "Little Girls." I'm sorry.
All right. So he begins one of his stories, in the middle of our first date banter.
Hold on, I'm sorry. What if that song got released today? Little Girls. Would that song fly today?
No,
no, not at
one.
all.
Nope.
Right?
15, 16
Number
wouldn't
one.
go over either.
There was no way he could sing that
Nope.
song.
No.
Why are we
Not
living in
allowed.
such a? Okay, but yet
We're sheltered.
I'm thinking like 100 years from now, this
Yeah.
is going to be considered like the porn age. You know what I mean?
Huh. Yeah, perhaps.
The golden age. The porn
Bronze
age.
Age.
I'm thinking they're going
Where
to look
people
back
masturbated freely in
on
front
our
of their electronic
civilization
devices.
where there's more porn, probably because they're probably going to finally regulate this stuff. Here's LeBron.
Oh my God,
Hey,
LeBron's
Reggie.
here.
Hey,
All
LeBron.
right. Okay, we can't. He can't come in here because
We have
He
to,
wants. Oh no, he does because I said you can come on.
I'm going to tell him.
Reach out to
You're not
LeBron.
going to believe this. I
We
met
gotta get-
LeBron.
Come on. Fuck. Okay, let's hear more about your.
Oh, quick. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm not gonna. I'm trying not to
No,
cut you
you're
off
fine.
anymore. Hi, Reg.
Hey, Reg. Okay, he began a story.
Wait a
with-
minute, but I'm kidding.
when my brother and I were white supremacists.
What?
and I was
Wait.
like,
Oh, that's what you're.
Yeah. I was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, we went to jail for a little bit and because we were white supremacists and we'd, hurt somebody. And then he proceeded to show me a tattoo on his leg of a...
When my brother and I were white supremacists.
Yeah, that pretty much at that point I just wanted to run. And he had a tattoo of a skull, like a skull with a swastika on the top, on the crown part of it.
Oh my! Where do you find these fucks?
Weirdguys.net
Seriously.
/
Where do you
date
find
Diana.
Are they internet guys? Are they people you meet in the street?
He might have been a Match.comer, and I might not be subscribed to that
I would think
anymore.
they would have no neo-Nazis.
You'd
on-
think so.
Yeah, a
You'd
rule.
Think.
Yeah.
You'd think, but no.
Oh,
So
Diana, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I faked a migraine and got right out of there. Yeah, but then he still went in.
Why don't you just fake a no, not even fake a conscience. Why don't you just have a conscience? Be like, hey, Nazi guy, this isn't working for me.
He seemed scary. He'd been to jail.
Okay.
Hi, Reg. Good to see you.
We're gonna turn his mic on.
Oh.
There's a
very
kiss occurring.
European.
Okay. Next week you can come in and talk about your most recent weird date with Reggie, where you got kissed, where you weren't prepared for that. That kiss was real, by the
okay.
way. That was
That
not
was
a sound
okay.
effect.
User Twitter Nguyton, Nguiton. He's the man who is apparently losing massive weight listening to our show.
Yay for you!
I think it's a lie like that other lie about the guy in the drive-thru.
You just did. I don't know. I don't think Rune got you. Rune, will you get a shot of Diana? And Diana, will you do what you just did again?
Yay for you!
That was just like the Kristen. No, that was just like the Kristen Wiig character that does the Target girl.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, you just did her. Where'd you get that?
What a happy accident.
Where'd you get those little baby socks? You can put them on little baby kitties. Yay!
Is that from SNL or from
Yeah,
something else?
SNL.
What about the thing she does with the little weird hands?
That's horrible.
That is really terrible.
Mike, I need to get some old classic country western music from you because you're into it, and Jillian would like to.
Actually, he
Have some.
specializes in semi-soul famous people from the 70s.
We'll talk about that off air. Okay, Reggie.
Yes,
We talked earlier in the week
right.
about LeBron James, which I
That's-
tried to explain to you is he's not an easy man to get a hold of.
Yeah, I'm sure he isn't.
Let's
Yeah.
ask Marcus. Marcus will probably...
Why would you think that I would be able to get a hold of him?
See if Marcus has his phone
You
number.
invited me in, and you,
No. I'm saying like when you asked me originally, like what would make you think that I could get a hold of LeBron James?
well, I don't have anything to lose by asking.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and
But
I
you can
was
say that
taught
about a
long
lot
time-
of things, Reggie.
Yeah, but I was taught a long time ago that you should ask.
It's true.
Okay,
Okay. It was,
because
I
you
know
might have
this is annoying. I'm
had
gonna
some
stop
kind of
this.
contact that I wasn't aware of.
I guess that I'm selling myself short.
He's putting it out there.
Yeah. And you know that I've met a lot of people, I guess, over there. So maybe I overreacted, but I was thinking at the time, holy shit, Reggie, how in the world do you think that I could possibly know LeBron James? Because he's a huge star.
Well, like I said, if you don't know him, maybe you know somebody who knows him or something like that.
6 Degrees of Anderson.
I'm just asking, for any suggestions.
So what was it? He
Nice.
he recently came out and talked
He came out?
against dropping out of school.
Right, because they have there's now, it's known, or it's the statistics.
The stats.
Uh-oh.
Stats.
The statistics.
It's a hard word to say.
Here you
So
go,
don't
Reg.
worry about it.
The statistics.
I can't say peculiar. I really can't say it.
Right?
Peculiar.
Okay.
You just said it.
The statistics
What
show.
is that?
It's his phone number.
LeBron's number.
Where did that
What is
come
it?
from? Mike is holding up his red iPhone right now, 4GS, might I say,
All
and
right,
it's
then.
got LeBron James' phone number on it, apparently. How did you get that number just now? Is that a real number?
It's not. Because this is, I know the area code.
1-800-LeBron.
It's 214.
Can you imagine? It's like, damn it, people keep calling
That's
me.
an area code in Dallas. And I know it is because that's where I'm
Snap.
from.
I'm confused. Great, I'm very
Maybe
confused.
it's another LeBron James.
Maybe.
Did you just do 411?
No.
No? You have a friend who knows some?
No, I just typed it in right now.
No, you did not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So they
good.
have
Reggie
a,
didn't fall for it at all. Okay, so,
so they have a program
You got
now
excited though, right?
that
he
every
didn't fall for it at all.
26 seconds there's a student that drops out of school.
Wow.
We could probably get that
I
down to
hate
like every
that
12
story.
seconds, right?
The irony, though,
What they don't tell you is every 5 seconds someone enrolls in school.
the irony is the person who came up with that stat dropped out of school. Yeah,
They made
that's
it
the
up.
irony. Every 26
Convicted
seconds.
of lying in front of it.
Every 26 seconds, right?
Dude, imagine having dropped
So-
out during our show.
And the problem is so severe that Colin Powell's wife heads an organization that LeBron James has now become a part of.
Now, LeBron, I don't know much about him, but didn't he drop out of high school to go straight in the NBA?
You know, Colin Powell parks in a handicapped spot sometimes.
You know, he finished school though.
No,
Yeah, but you know he
finished
parks
school.
he parks his very expensive car in a handicapped spot.
So
Do you
is
know he
David
has
Barr.
a party every year called the Colin Powwow?
You
I'm
know, when
sorry.
he goes in for colon surgery, they snicker.
Look at Diana covering her
So
face.
he's partnered with State Farm.
State Farm,
Right.
big insurance company. And
Biggest.
what
So
is
you
he-
know it's on the up
what
and
is-
up if State Farm's involved.
How is he going to keep kids from dropping out of school? Just by saying, "I'm LeBron James, don't drop out of school."
I don't think it sounds like that.
Thanks for being racist.
That's not racist. is it?
Sort of.
I just used like a
Could've said
deep
it like I
voice.
That was
normally
Texan.
Yeah, it wasn't
He's not
black.
from Texas.
Howdy, y'all. I'm LeBron James.
Well, he's talking to
Bless you.
Thank you.
he's talking to students. I'm pretty sure he's working in Akron, Ohio, where he's from,
Okay.
and he's trying to he's making an effort to make sure that students understand the importance of their education.
Right, because he's a role model. If anyone, where can they find your music, the listeners? Is there are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook.
Okay. Reginald Watts, rapper.
Yes.
Okay, and if you're listening to this and you might know somebody who knows LeBron, please begin the chain now and let's get the word out. I
Exactly.
think it's a long shot, but like you said, Reggie, there's no harm in asking.
That's right. And,
So,
I,
concerned me when you thought that I
and I appreciate your
sports agent of like Jay Moore's caliber from Jerry Maguire, because I'm not Jerry
I think
Maguire.
his agent will be bigger than his character. Because that guy was like an up and coming fledgling sports agent.
Also, LeBron James is a butthole, which we learned tonight.
He's kind of a jerk.
We learned that tonight from this guy, from Mike Corrado.
Okay, what did he do?
Well, there's a lot of stuff he's done, but most notably that ridiculous hour-long press conference to announce that he was leaving his hometown, which
He
was
was
so,
dropping out of
so
Ohio.
egomaniacal and so arrogant of him for him to think that
dropped out of
it's
Cleveland.
of such importance that he needs to occupy an hour's worth of primetime television to do something that most people do with a sheet of paper. It's the ultimate me.
Apparently,
I'm the greatest
he
thing
got
ever.
on
Look at
TV.
me. I'm so important.
Did you watch that?
Realistically, he's a dude that throws a ball
No.
in
You
a
didn't watch
circle.
No. it's
Apparently
probably
he got on.
ESPN. I don't
FD.
have cable.
Apparently, he got on TV. He spent the hour long time announcing where he's going to go, and I guess he came on and he said, "I'm going to go to Miami to play for the Heat."
Actually said, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
Why you got to talk that
Oh,
way?
pretty
That's what it
good.
sounds like.
That is what
No.
he said.
That's my patented LeBron James impression. That
It's-
people
Where'd you patent that, baby?
It was just cool
in the
self-indulgent.
Barbados, they have a really lax
what?
patent system.
It's a little self-indulgent, but
Yeah.
okay. Well, Reg, we put the word out there. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
What more?
Okay.
You got something else cooking?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Diana a question.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Because at one time you said that you played my work for your students, and
Yep.
they were What grade do you?
Kindergarten through 4th.
Ooh.
I don't teach anymore, but I did. And yes, they did rock out to some of your music. And the 2nd graders especially, because they were getting a little lippy one day.
Wow.
And so...
You played his
You
music
just
as
made a
punishment?
fist when you were talking about the 2nd graders. You're like they're getting a little lippy.
Just kidding. I never hit
I
the
got some
2nd
cookies
graders.
for you bastards.
Anyway, so we took a little music break. We had a little
Hey,
dance
Ashley?
break, and we played your music.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Hello?
Thank you.
Hello?
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Hold on. Hello? Hello?
Hey.
Hey, hold on. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Who's this?
Tanya.
Oh, Tanya. Hey, Tanya, hold on. My sister's supposed to call in. God damn it.
Do you just like to say hello?
You're not there. Ashley, is that you?
Hey,
Are you not Ashley, are you?
wait.
I hope this isn't Ashley, because
How do you
if
not
you
know
are,
if you
you're on
are-
lots of drugs.
You don't know if you're you?
Anderson,
Yo, Reg, you're still here. What's up? What's going on, buddy?
I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, sure, man. No problem.
Appreciate it.
Sure, man. I was concerned with, but now that I see where you're coming from, I get it. It can't hurt to ask. But you could say the same thing, Tyler. You could say the same thing like when you're driving down the street and you pull up to a red light and you see somebody, you can roll down your window and
Sipping
say,
on
"Do you know,
gin
you know
and
LeBron
juice."
James?" You'd have about as good a chance. You know what I mean? Can't hurt.
Yeah, that's right. Can't hurt to ask.
Did he drop out of school? Do we know?
Feedback.
He did not.
He did not.
But Reggie, here's the thing too: is that the fact that you're in Los Angeles is your chances of running to him here are probably greater than anywhere else except for Miami, right?
Maybe he'll buy you ribs.
I mean, he's got to be here a lot of the time.
Tyler.
He's got to be in Los Angeles a lot. Everybody comes here.
It's kind of hard to miss too, 'cause
Right?
He's tall.
Well, he
Has
has,
he- has he been to your
play the
restaurant?
Lakers a couple times a year.
No, he's not.
He goes
Kobe
to, he
comes
goes
in a
to
lot.
LeBron Reese.
He comes to what, Tyler? Please, I mean, if you're gonna interrupt at that point and bust your ass up, please give us what it is. Goodbye, Reg.
He prefers LeBron
See you,
Reese.
Reggie.
LeBron instead of Lowry's LeBronry's. That's what's making you laugh. Oh, the French kiss. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
not
know.
the French
Two
kiss. The
stars.
European. The back and forth, both cheeks.
Yeah, he's very European.
Bye, Reg.
Bye, Red.
Reg's in good spirits tonight. Good spirits.
He's gonna get some gummy bears.
I thought you were just gonna leave it at
Is
get
that
some.
code for something?
Oh dear.
He's gonna get some.
Oh dear, no.
What are gummy bears?
Soggy
What?
gummies.
Literal gummy bears.
Hey, Tanya.
Yes,
How are you? Is this the Tanya Kruger?
this is.
Hey, Tanya Kruger. How are you? This is Tanya who hates
Good.
Tyler. Hates Tyler. Loves Mike.
I'm one star Tyler in Tanya's book.
Yeah.
Aw.
Turn up
Can't blame
Tanya
her.
a little bit, please.
So,
She's up.
I went to my high school reunion.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you?
It was awful.
Why?
I showed up 2 hours late. It was down the street from my house, and it was just awful. And then I
You
left.
can't blame the reunion on being awful when you show up 2 hours late, because that's when it should be wrapping up, right?
It was also the wrong high school.
That was Tyler that just said that.
I went and saw You guys, I went and saw Midnight in Paris. Made no sense. It was a piece of garbage movie. I got there an hour and a half late. Just saw
Piece
the
of
end.
garbage movie.
Yeah.
All right, Tanya.
Formal.
What besides you showing up late? What else was awful about it?
It was just like high school. Everyone was still in their little groups, and it was the 10-year reunion. I don't know.
Yeah,
I had to make an appearance by showing up late, and then I was like, this sucks, so I went to a different bar.
If the world was made of me's, high school reunions would never even occur to anyone.
No, they'd be awesome.
Ever.
Just 20 dudes fighting over which speaker they could all jam their heads into.
That's not what I was. The whole
I didn't
In
like
point.
those
unison,
people
all
in high
swinging their
school.
hair back to show their earrings.
How are your puppies? Tanya's a very nice listener who sent Stanley. She sends Stanley treats every Christmas, and she sent Mike and I, and now Tyler,
Yeah.
paintings.
I got a nice Kermit.
And you have
My
puppies
pup-
yourself, and you send me emails that make me cry about dogs.
Aw.
My chihuahuas are great.
Trevor,
Trevor is on his back right now with his legs in the air.
make his red rocket go away. That's inappropriate.
How's Tyler?
She
You
does
have
not
one
have a
good
dog.
for me, right?
Tyler. How's
Why not?
Corrado?
My next dog's going to be named Tyler.
Thanks for calling, Tanya.
No problem.
Bye, Tanya.
My sister was supposed to call in tonight, and I bet
Why
she
don't you
did.
call her?
Did you give her the bat line?
Oh my god, I should call her.
Yeah, buzz.
Give her the bat
Oh my
line.
God, we can dial out.
I forgot. I totally forgot all about that.
What if LeBron picks up because you dialed the wrong number?
Oh no, and I got a text.
I hate it when that
Hello.
happens.
Do you know what time it is?
Hey,
It's
that's
LeBron
appropriate.
time.
We could go. We want to introduce you to Reggie Watts, and he might think it's the other Reggie Watts and show up.
Hey, I don't think he would know who either Reggie Watts are, to be honest. Oh my God, I don't know how to dial phones, apparently. All right, guys, should we put this thing to bed?
Yep.
Nah.
No.
gonna call
Never.
I'm going to call my sister real quick. See if she... All right, turn it down there, Tyler. There you go.
Did
Keep it
on an
down.
amateur hour.
We have to give a shout out to Miss
All right.
Movies, and Miss
No, we
Movies
really don't.
episode with Tyler is going to be next Thursday.
Oh,
Another
everyone
one? How
should-
many have you
Everyone
done?
should avoid that one.
It's going to
You're
be
the
great.
co-host now?
I talk about movies but I have no idea anything
you the
about
co-
Yeah,
movies.
how many
co-host?
episodes? How many of those shows
I
have
did
you done?
14.
Jesus.
Calm down.
Miss Movies and Tyler.
You can just call me Tyler, not Jesus.
Miss Movies and Mr. Movies. Miss and Mr. Movies.
They
Ashley,
call,
why are you
they
not
call me
answering?
Dick Movies.
Ashley, why are you not answering your phone?
All right, I walked into the office of Dick Movies.
Ashley, you reached my voicemail. Leave me a message.
Leave her a message.
Oh, God. Okay, we're going to leave her a message, guys. Okay.
Please record
It's
your
going to be the
message.
best message ever.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more
I
options.
got this one, you guys. Hey, Ashley, my name is Mike. Your brother Anderson gave me your phone number. I had a couple of questions for you. 442-222. Wait, I can't give the last 4 digits out.
Oh, my God. Hey, Ashley, fuck yourself.
You're a lesbian.
Yeah. That's how my sister and I communicate.
That was
So
a little
listen.
harsh.
That was horrible.
I'm sorry. I love my sister, but I mean,
Hey,
she
fuck
was
yourself.
supposed to
You're a
answer
lesbian.
tonight. Krista. I said she could
Yep.
come, may possibly come to my wedding if she brought. She was talking. She's in love with our security guard, not Reggie, but
Michael?
Michael, yes. And I said, why don't you bring Michael? But she has a boyfriend, so she's not going to do it. But she threw out there a little while ago, what if I brought Diana? And I'm like, you know what, Krista, you're in. Only if you bring Diana.
You're a lesbian.
Not that it's
Krista
a
could be
wedding.
my lesbian
It's
date?
a wedding, but that
You're
would be
lesbian.
fun. I would like a listener to
totally
represent.
fun. You're
I would like
lesbian.
a listener to represent.
You're a lesbian?
I was gonna have a contest.
You're a lesbian.
Why is she a lesbian? Just because she's going on a date? They don't have to do that.
bouncy.
But yes, you are formally, informally invited. It's gonna be a good time, and it's gonna be a party.
It's like Christmas and my birthday all at once.
Is that? I just felt like such a douche. Like, hey, guess what? You get to, and like, you might not even want to come, and it's far away.
Are
and
you
all that.
kidding me?
But I felt bad. And sorry, Rune. I don't know you, but
Just invite Rune now.
Oh my gosh.
Rune, you don't want to come. Hey, Rune, you want to be my DJ? Oh, does Rune do DJ stuff? Rune, do you DJ?
Yeah, he'll play comedy songs for
Be
you.
your
That's
live entertainment.
not-
Are you kidding me?
It's not going to happen.
He's very talented.
He is a very talented man. Rune, do you have anything you want to plug? You want to come and sit in Reggie's seat?
Mommy, I'm a cum dumpster.
Wow, that is inappropriate.
That is a terrible drop.
Okay, let's play the music.
Look at her face.
I think I had her say that on purpose, right? Didn't I have her do that live on air so that I could keep it?
Yes.
Who
Oh.
did that? Oh, was that the porn?
That was
chick?
my mom
Oh, that's very nice of her to do that.
talking
For
to my
you.
grandma.
Rune, you got anything to plug, buddy?
No, he does
said
not.
no.
But
He's got a
he
show
will
at the end
later.
of February.
Wow, look at Diana knowing
Wow,
things.
are you his agent?
Wow.
No, she's her
You guys are my
Chinaman.
friends. I
Watch, if
picked you
Krista gets
out.
fired now, it's going to be really awkward.
She's uninvited
Ah.
then, right?
Yeah. Then you're going to have to get to know the new screener, and I'm going to have to get to know them well enough by the time the wedding happens to invite them. And yeah, it's going to be
Are we going to hold off on that announcement until next week?
Yes. Apparently, we're never going to do it, according to you.
Well, we need to do it by next week.
Hey, you're on the After Disaster. What's up? What's that?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
So, how many opiates? How many opiates
Say
are you
what?
on?
I'm not anything.
Hello?
Okay, thank you.
Is that English?
Hey, you're the last call of the night on the After Disaster.
Barack Obama also said that he's going to put a stop to people dropping out of school, but maybe Reggie doesn't like him because he's only half black.
That was racist.
Is this,
I didn't mean it like that, but he did. He said it in his State of Union address.
he also tweeted about the After Disaster Day, which I thought was really nice of him to do that.
Thanks, Barack.
No.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, you know what? I just realized his initials are B.O. That's not too good.
I know, it stands for Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody likes that.
That's
Hey,
pretty good.
where do we post things about the show now? Like,
Do you think Michelle ever holds his head under her arm? She goes, "Oh, look, I've got BO in my pits."
Hey, go
Oh,
to,
dear.
if you want to see the video that I shot, or whatever it is, the short, little 2.5 minute short, which I'm going to show Mike Corano and Diana right now for the first time. Check out, I guess, go to my MySpace and not MySpace.
MySpace?
Oh my God, I just did it. My Facebook and I'll tweet it. And where are we going to put it on?
It's going to be on the After Disaster
After
Facebook.
Disaster
It'll be on our
Facebook.
Twitter. It'll be on the AfterDisaster.com.
And Friendster.
And I
It'll be
will
on my Friendster.
somehow link to it because from the After Disaster podcast.
Let me warn you, though, right now, if you're going to watch it around kids, don't. If you're going to watch it in the office, make sure you turn. If you're working right now and you want to watch it,
Make sure there's no LeBrons around.
make sure there's no. And make sure you have the.
But if he is, get his number for us.
Make sure you have the sound where bosses or coworkers can't hear. Because pretty much every inappropriate word you can think of is used in it. But it's cute, if that's possible. I've been told it's cute.
It's slightly cuter than the soggy cookies.
Wow. Hey, guys. You're both on. I had both the guys on just for Corona.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, Carl, how
Hello,
you doing?
gentlemen.
Hey.
Hey.
And who are you guys?
My name is Tim. You guys should get those T-shirts and sell them for $50 a shot. I'll pay $50.
Thanks, man. Good move.
Aw.
$50?
Yeah, then we can get you guys to Hawaii.
You know what we
I
do?
like this guy.
We need to change the donation button from going to the Jim and Eddie talk shit to just a picture of Hawaii. That's all it should be.
The guilt people.
Yeah.
And it would say, "Wish we were here."
But if you guys sold those T-shirts, you could go to Hawaii.
What?
What if they all our listeners?
Deal with it. We can give it to Diane's restaurant, and everybody has to go to her restaurant and eat, and then they can buy the T-shirt, and then you guys get to go to Hawaii. And when I come down to buy my T-shirt, I'll propose to Diane, and we'll get married in Hawaii, and you guys can eat for free at our wedding.
Oh no! Are you the guy that was sending Diana inappropriate things? Are you the guy that called Diana?
No, we know
No,
who
it's
that
not
was.
Kevin.
Actually,
We know who
I've
that guy
never-
was.
I've only watched. I've never called in before. Actually, no. But then we'll come back and we'll go on your show and we'll get an annulment. So everything will be cool. And, you guys can go to
And we'll be married and divorced in no time.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Tim.
Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Do you have any swastikas tattooed on you?
I have 0 tattoos.
Does your manhood pop out of your pants at inappropriate times, or do you carry Polaroids of such manhood?
No, none of the above.
Well, hello, Tim.
Hey, look at this. Now you should be playing the porn music. All right, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks,
Good night.
Tim.
Great show.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
It's
Good
only two
night,
more left, so enjoy
Marcus,
it.
wherever you are.
Tim,
Love
would you
you.
stop? Tim, why do people like this?
Because it's the best show ever.
I'm
One
sorry, guys.
love.
I was a little intense tonight. One love.
No, I liked it.
One
I
love.
liked it.
Let's
Thanks
go
for being
get some
here, Diana.
LeBron-ries.
Thanks for having me.
Let's watch my little video, guys. I'm excited to show
All
you.
right, let's do that. Should we invite every single listener we have in to the show next
Wait,
week?
who was that guy with the bus? By the way, was his name Gordon?
What are you talking
Remember the guy with the bus I showed you
about?
yesterday?
Oh, we'll do that next week.
Okay.
Should we invite any listener who wants to come into the show next week?
That's an
Fuck
awful
no.
idea.
What are you
is
talking
wrong
about?
with you?
I love our listeners,
have all the
but
guests, all the listeners in.
we should not do that.
We can't fit 3 people
Listen,
in here.
Other than me.
What I don't know if you even know what's going on and what the announcement's about, but it has nothing to do with doing things like that.
Bouncy.
We're not going to die, nor is the show. Stop saying things like that. The show is going to go for at least another 20 episodes.
It's like how when you cut the head off of a cockroach, it crawls on
Promise?
kids' faces.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I'm
What?
not a big fan of podcasts anymore, and I think we should quit.
All right.
No quitting. Quitting is for quitters.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, bye.
Nobody's a quitter.
Inherently, it is.
I don't know if Reggie would appreciate us
Somebody
dropping
told me
out of
that.
podcast.
Somebody told me some advice once, which was know when to quit.
dropping out of pod. Just ain't. Are you
That guy
being
was
serious right
Bobcat
now?
Goldthwait.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You want to quit the show?
I was thinking about it. I was
Now that
thinking
he lives
about-
2 minutes away, he'd like to quit the show.
No, I don't want to quit, but let's talk about it off the air.
The ultimate tease of all time. Even I'm like, oh, I can't wait to tune in on Sunday and find out.
That's all I'm doing.
Good night, everybody. I apologize.
It is ironic that I live right down the street.